Shin pads are a footballer's best friend, even if players like Jack Grealish do wear such small ones you can barely even see them. But what's the story with shin pads, and are there any rules on how big they should be? It all started with cricket, actually. Cricketers had been wearing shin pads since the 1700s. They'd been introduced not for leg protection, but instead to give batters a strategic advantage. The idea was that batters could put their leg pads in front of the wicket if they missed the ball, preventing them from being bowled out. Obviously, that all changed when the LBW rule came in, but that was the theory behind them. It was thanks to this guy that shin protection made its way over to football. Meet Samuel Widdowson. He was a cricketer and a footballer. He played for Nottingham Forest back in the late 1800s, and he wanted a way to protect his legs from nasty tackles. Apparently, he'd broken his leg in a match against Sheffield United in 1874 and wanted to stop it from happening again. Naturally, his mind drifted to his other favourite sport, where players had been wearing these pads. Story goes, Widdowson cut up his cricket pads, sewed them into his socks and popped them on before taking to the footy pitch. Ta-da! Shin pads. Like all great genius inventors, everyone took the mickey at first. To be fair, he probably looked quite stupid running around with these on. But it's thought his whole Nottingham Forest team then began wearing them from 1887, and the first known use of them in a match was in 1894, in a match between Newcastle and the then Woolwich Arsenal. Eventually, FIFA clocked on that this protection was pretty important for footballers. Multiple studies have shown wearing shin pads clearly reduces the risk of players getting lower leg injuries. And so in 1990, basically 100 years after Widdowson first put them on, shin pads were made compulsory. It became a part of Law 4 of IFAB. That's the body responsible for setting the laws of the game internationally. But the law doesn't actually specify anything about measurements of shin pads. It just says pads must be made of a suitable material and be of an appropriate size to provide reasonable protection. It's really vague, and players can get away with a lot. A lot of grassroots clubs are choosing to ban micro shin pads for obvious reasons, though, especially after a 15-year-old player from Penistone Church broke his leg while wearing them. Still no change from IFAB, though. That's why Grealish and co can still get away with these ones, which are no bigger than a credit card and which seem to offer little to no protection whatsoever.
Good morning, 5 minutes after 6 o'clock. How are you out there? talkSPORT Breakfast with me, Alan Brazil and Gabby Agbonlahor. Arnold Clark's deal drop. Get the new car feeling without the new car price. Discover some of the biggest savings and you'll find your next car today. How are we, Gab?
I'm very well, Mr. Brazil. All right. I've had a very good few days in Dorset.
Really?
Yeah.
Not Montego Bay then?
No. I can't afford it, mate. I'm staying local.
What you've been done in the summer.
I know, mate.
It must be minted.
Debt, mate. Pay the debt off, Al.
Yeah.
Had a nice few days away, mate. Lovely weather, by the way. Different.
Warm, it's lovely.
Yeah, loved it, mate. What about you? How you been?
Good. Yeah, good. Just chilled out. I'm not doing a lot now. I'm just sort of getting home and in the garden,
Relaxing.
try to walk a bit and stuff.
Yeah.
But Nah, I can't complain.
Grandkids been over?
Oh, all the time.
Can't get rid of them.
Nah, they're brilliant. 3 of them have been in Paros in Greece.
Yes.
So they're back, but the 2 little ones have been about. Yeah, lovely.
Someone's got to use the pool now. Do you know what I
Well,
mean?
they do.
Exactly. I bet they do.
And half the school.
Everyone's over.
Ging gong, I'll just bring a friend round. School bus turns up. What? What's going on here?
Does Jill make the sandwiches?
Oh, she does everything.
Yeah.
Everything. She's coming up today for a change.
Lovely.
Get a little break.
Yes, lovely, mate.
Nah, it's good. It's good.
Excited though, Al, for this season, mate. Like it's been a bit of a drag since the World Cup, I felt, but tomorrow can't wait for that game.
Well, I'll be Portman Road Saturday. Sunderland come down. Hard game, hard start.
You want to start?
Sunderland home, Man United away, Liverpool home. Not easy.
But that's why that Sunderland game is so important. You got to start having it out at home. Sunderland, don't know where they're going to be at this season. Have to start off with a win, I feel.
Some people are saying, well, they'll struggle this year after last year. Why would they struggle?
I know, I'm not sure. Listen, 2 games a week is a lot for many squad of players. Last season, Aston Villa done okay with it. Still got top 4. Crystal Palace done okay with it. But it's new, isn't it, Al, for a group of players, injuries and stuff. But early on, I don't think they will struggle. Maybe halfway through the season, it might take its toll on the players. But I think it's a game that Ipswich have to use the excitement of being back in the Premier League, the fans on side, some exciting new players, and that might be a game where you have to win.
Yeah. No,
as crazy as it sounds.
I know exactly what you're saying because Man U away, Liverpool home's not easy.
Exactly. Even though Liverpool is a game where you probably look at and say, where are they at the start of the season?
I fancy Liverpool to improve this year.
Yes. Hopefully.
Right, now, after Rangers was an embarrassment in Europa League last week. Celtic made no mistake in the Champions League first leg qualifier against Lask, winning 3-0 at Parkhead. By the way, I watched it. Cracking atmosphere, cracking goals.
Yep.
But after 10 minutes, Celtic maybe... Don't get me wrong, 2 offsides. Yeah. But it could easily have been... Certainly 1-0 to Lask.
Yes, definitely. Would have been a different game.
No doubt about it. But what about this fella? I've said I'm delighted with the 2 new signings.
Yes.
To get the winger to come on, he's going to be great, I believe.
Yep.
But the 2 new signings, I thought, brilliant. One with the guy on the right, Duran I thought has got quality.
2 goals.
Right, and he's tough as well. And the boy up front will get goals.
Yep.
There's no doubt about who will get in the box. Every time the ball goes wide, he's in the right place in the box.
Yeah, that's the thing with Celtic, isn't it, Al? When Celtic, over the last 2 or 3 years, have lost some really exciting players, some real top wingers. And they're doing it again, of replacing them in the right way.
Carter Vickers back is a big plus.
100%.
But I don't be surprised you don't see another centre-back coming in.
Yeah, what about another centre midfielder, losing Engels to West Ham?
No, I wasn't over sad about that.
Squad depth, maybe one more?
Yeah, probably. But the little guys at Bauer or whatever, he'll get better. He was busy.
Duran was a star with 2 goals. Nigran, I mean, he's your go-to, isn't he? Well, that's a great finish, that first goal.
No, but he does that. He can. He's one of them fans' favourites. And then sometimes they get on his back. But when you need a goal, whoa.
That finish, Al. Most players are just smashing that there.
No,
side foot it.
Yes, and no one picked that up in commentary, did they? But that was you're spot on, Gab. That was the inside of the instep to curl it in.
Not many players do that, Al.
That was a controlled volley.
Yes, most players are there were like, snatch it, try and smash it, get a good connection. He's literally like a side foot sort of like pass, isn't it? Yeah. Guided pass into the top corner. But I don't keep going on about him. But Hassan, well, he come on for the last 5-10 out, and he looks. He's one of them players, right? That maybe leaves Celtic in 3-4 years, Al, for big money.
Yeah. Well, he's just come back off his honeymoon as well.
Yeah, he said
in Europe, had a lovely time, I believe.
Egyptian international.
Ready to go.
Have those options though for Celtic.
So if you're a Rangers fan, you're thinking, but I'm not going to blow trumpets. No. It's too early. But Celtic, early on, just there's a few little scares there early on, and I'm glad to get the 3rd goal because they're not bad. They will score.
Oh yes.
And their away leg Tuesday night, they will score definitely.
Yeah,
Celtic have got to be on their guard. It's not over yet.
Yeah, but it looks like a fantastic.
Right, so Duran grabbed 2 goals in a performance called world class by his manager Martin O'Neill.
Dreams can come true.
Buendia, left-hand side of the penalty area. Low ball in. There's number 3. Morgan Rogers.
For me, it's another big money signing. I think Chelsea are going to have a good season.
If you're going to sign a player of Morgan Rogers' quality, I think that it's going to be somewhere in and around that kind of figure.
Right-footed ball flicked across the edge of the penalty area. Tielemans! What a goal! Yuri Tielemans!
I still think Yuri Tielemans is the signing so far.
What a better business that is.
What a bit of business.
Sometimes you have to hold back and make sure that other key players stay in place. Konza, this is the players that they have to keep.
Into the box, 6-yard line. Oh, it's missed by the keeper and headed in by Ashley Konza!
Konza, Aston Villa. Very much a target of Arsenal. Apparently Arsenal in advanced talks.
Their strength and depth Arsenal's very, very impressive. I think Konza would be a brilliant addition.
Yeah, Villa, Brighton away, not easy. Arsenal home, definitely not easy. Hull away, Forest home, Spurs away, opening 5 games. Gab, look, it's early days yet. There'll be more coming in, or is there more coming out? I'm worried about Villa, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, I think for me, Al, I looked at it, we talk about it a lot through the show. I look at the net spends of the top 7 teams, and Aston Villa's at the moment is plus 119 million.
Yeah.
You know, they've sold out 251 million pounds worth of players, only brought in 132 million pounds worth of players. Garnacho was a loan. So you'd say, Al, they've got at least 100 million that they can probably spend. So they're looking at Wan-Bissaka. I think he'll be a great signing.
Yeah. He's all right.
Especially with Champions League now. Matty Cash, if he got injured, we haven't got cover. But I still think Aston Villa need another striker, another winger, another centre-half.
Ooh.
We only have Lindelof. Konsa goes, we've got Lindelof as our only right-side centre-half. Mings is ageing now into his
Injury
30s.
prone.
Exactly. We've got Torres as well, very good defender. So we need, for me, we need a right back, at least one more centre half, another centre midfielder. Paulinho was one we were looking at, but we don't want to pay maybe the fee that Bayern Munich want. We want a loan. Another winger, I would say, on the right or left hand side, and another striker. So there's a lot of work to do now for Aston Villa in the next 10 days. But I trust the club. I feel that it's not panic stations yet. The transfer window's there for a reason.
Delap, could he do a job for you up front?
Yeah, but I'm not sure, Al. I'm not sure. He turned down Lake Como, didn't he? Como, sorry, FC Como.
Lake Como.
Yeah, Lake Como.
He likes to swim to keep fit in the summer camp.
He turned down Como because he wants to stay in the Premier League. But you know what I love about Villa? Is Emi Martinez, listen, will go down as one of Villa's greatest ever goalkeepers.
Careful, we lost Jimmy Rimmer.
I know. But he will frustrate a lot of the fans because for the last 3 windows out, he's been trying to leave.
Yeah.
And finally, this window, he's tried again. It's broken down with Juventus. But Aston Villa says, forget it. We're going to go and sign a goalkeeper. They've signed the Japan international goalkeeper, Suzuki. And he's going to be Aston Villa's number 1 now. So now in the next 10 days, Emi Martinez needs to find out a solution.
Al Hilal are in for Ollie Watkins. That's not going to happen. There's a bid of 45 million euros turned down.
I say that. I say no, but then I look at it and say, if they can up that offer, maybe 15, 20 million more. The Villa look at it, Al. How long has he got left in his contract? Will he sign a new one? He's into his 30s now.
Does he want to go there?
Money, Al. They do, mate.
Oh, come on.
Look at Reinders.
He's got enough money.
I know, but look at Reinders has gone there from Manchester City, Al.
Yeah.
If Watkins is probably looking at it and saying, I've done everything I can at Aston Villa. I played Champions League football. I won a trophy. I'm into my 30s now. If I wait another couple of years, has that move gone?
Yeah.
I can understand why he wants to do it, to just say, you know what, let's go and get paid for 2-3 years.
Yeah,
but,
maybe.
Worrying times for Villa, definitely.
So Gabby's favourite subject, PSR, is once again on everyone's lips. So Simon Jordan has had his say on Monday.
Can't build a team to challenge in perpetuity and be a top side if you are constantly under. I mean, Villa have done massive deals with UEFA to be able to get themselves in a position where they can continue to observe the compliance that they're being asked to comply with. But Manchester United, and it is absolutely the fault of the Man United and Arsenal, because they dressed up the idea of financial fair play as some governance to retain the sanity of the game, and it's nothing of the sort.
You know, it's unfair.
It's pulling up the drawbridge and saying to everybody else, we're in the room now and you can't join us. Because we've got the turnover, we've got the legacy football clubs that have been in position for many, many years.
Yeah.
And Arsenal and Chelsea and Man City are the last of their kind. We allowed Chelsea and Man City to do this, and we didn't much like that either. So we ain't going to allow you to do it as well, because that means even more challenge.
Exactly what I've been saying, Al, for the last 2 months. Everyone's been saying, Gabby, going on about PSR and moaning. Someone who knows more than me, Simon, has echoed exactly what I've said. Basically, Alan, we could look back in 5 years, 10 years and say, Aston Villa fans, Newcastle fans, you can't dream. You can't dream of going and trying to win a Premier League. know your role, know your place. You can dip your toe in the Champions League, but then you're going to go back to
because of
finishing
buying
in seventh.
power.
Yeah, because you can't. And also, Al, the wages that you pay go towards your PSR as well, your financial fair play. So you can't offer. So someone like Conte, Alan, is going to look at Gahey at Manchester City, his partner for England. Conte was better than him at the World Cup. And he's going to be speaking to Gahey, and Gahey's going to be like, well, I'm 300 grand a week, mate. What, Villa can only give you 150? Villa would give Gahey 300 if they could. But if they do, that's going to affect their PSR and the financial fair play. So we can't pay the money that the top six can pay.
Yeah.
And we can't buy the players because we've been held back with billionaire owners that want to spend. So how can you dream, Al? Are we just saying, Aston Villa Newcastle fans, for the next 15, 20 years, don't worry about it. You can dip your toe in, but you can never challenge for the Champions League. You can never challenge for the Premier League. That's what frustrates a lot of fans.
OK, Villa fans, we want to hear from you this morning. The number 03717 223344. Are you worried Emery has had enough? Is he nearing an exit? Yeah, that's a good point. We're talking about the managers. Is he thinking, I'm juggling here and I'm dropping balls?
Yeah.
Right? Are you the only one? Are you one bad season away from, bottom half and fighting? Give us a call. Tell us. 03717 223344.
Mo's phoned us up, Liverpool fan. Right, Mo?
100% coward. Where you been?
Kenny!
How are you, Mo? Where you been?
Where you
I've
been?
been here. Hey! I've been busy.
Oh, of course you have. Where you been? What you been up to?
It's like you, Jimmy G. Where have you been? You've not been here for a while, and neither has Candy. I mean, Candy's been trying to get his hair like growing, but it's looking quite smart, Candy.
Yeah, it's come back,
Candy.
mate. Back. The hair is back. Everything's...
Are you going to be talking guff this season, Mo?
What are you doing this season, Mo?
Listen to that. Look, I've been listening to talkSPORT all day, and obviously been hearing the ex-pundits. I mean, what is this about Arsenal going to dominate? What is Martin queuing on? What is going on? They just beat a poor City side yesterday. It was only a friendly. I mean, what's going on? Arsenal are not going to dominate. There's only one team who's going to dominate this league, and that is the boys. The best team on the planet, Candy and Jimmy J. The best team on the planet. You saw them playing yesterday. Wow. You know what, Candy? I can't wait to this league to start. I am telling you, we're going to win the quad, Candy. Quad, Candy.
There it is. There it is.
The quad.
The quad's back out.
Quad back.
Listen, well, come on. Look. Why you got music? Why are you putting laughter track on, right? Look, let's be honest here, right?
No, mate, listen,
Candy,
let's talk about your mob, right?
You shut up, yeah?
Let's talk about your mob.
You shut up. Candy, you shut up. You can't talk. No.
Mate, what's going on at Liverpool? What's going on, mate? What's happening in your place?
Candy, look. Candy, we're the best team on the planet.
You're not, though, are you, mate?
What the hell is going on? This is literally Premier League football drama at its absolute best. Oh my, Gabrielle!
I can't watch this. Definitely saw it, man.
Messi!
No!
Guys, come on! Get in it!
What was that?
You see this crap every single game in the Premier League.
Oh, this is...
No goal.
That was embarrassing.
Okay, 6:21. Gabby's boogieing away here. Dear, oh dear. This is Give Your Heart a Break by Demi Lovato, who turns 34 today. Happy birthday, Demi.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Lovely outfit.
You like this sort of stuff, Gab?
Yeah, it's okay, mate. Yeah.
You're a bit too chunky now. Disco now.
Bit too chunky to dance.
Yeah.
Cheers, Al. Thanks for that, mate.
Let's
make me feel good.
Right, very good morning to Laura. Laura, hiya.
Morning, Laura. How are we doing?
Oh, good, Laura.
Good.
Laura, don't take any nonsense off him, by the way.
Absolutely. You know what, I've been watching you from afar while I've been on my holiday, Gabby, not being very nice about Arsenal.
Really?
But I'm back now. Yeah, I'm back now. So
you got receipts.
That stops. That stops right now. That is where we're going to start, though, this morning with Arsenal. Lots of the back pages covering Ezri Konsa to Arsenal. Good to see Arsenal leveraging their feeder club network again, isn't it? It's good. It's good to really scratch that itch of taking other teams' best players again.
Come on, Gab.
Objectively speaking, Arsenal have had a good transfer window.
Yes.
If you were going to assess kind of who has had the best transfer window, does this signing, so Ezri Konsa to Arsenal?
I reckon Arsenal. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I look at Hincapié coming as well, didn't he, on a permanent? You got Bruno Guimaraes. Zolis looks like a very good player, like a younger version of Trossard. And Konsa, I mean, he has been unbelievable for Aston Villa. Been in the club 7 years. Aston Villa only paid 12 million for him. So to get that work from Konsa and then still get the fee we're getting now. Right back, he can play. I've seen many times where Aston Villa play right back and look comfortable. He loves being on the ball as well. He's not like some defenders that go to right back and they hate being on the ball. He's nervous. He's not that. They've been outstanding signing, but I fear for Arsenal when everyone's fit. Someone like Ben White is not going to get game time.
And Laura, your second game, the Arsenal Villa Park.
It's going to be a good one, isn't it? Yeah, we'll see. Well, I think Arsenal are in a rush to sign Konsa before the deadline. That means he can play in that game. Gabby, I'm going to indulge you in some PSR chat, if that's all right. Yeah. You have spoken passionately about the restrictions on Villa and Newcastle. Just to play devil's advocate, though. Villa have a, relatively speaking, small matchday revenue, quite a high wages to revenue ratio. You've also not been in the Premier League for 3 seasons in the past 10 years.
Yes.
Do you not think that should provide a little bit of context as to why you can't spend in the same way? It's not just PSR, surely, Gabby.
Yeah, no, I get that. You know, the relegation, of course, but coming back into the Premier League and, you know, how many seasons have Aston Villa finished in Europe? You know, the Conference League we played in, Europa League, now we're playing in this. Like, it just seems to me that winning a European Cup, finishing in the top 4, and you still sold. I was looking at it earlier. We've sold £251 million worth of players.
Big club as well, Lana.
And we've only spent 132, so a net spend of plus 119 million. Listen, I get it. PSR was probably the Morgan Rogers, but I don't think it was for Konsa. I don't think it will be for Watkins. Those reasons. I think Konsa's got 2 years left, and he probably wants double his money, maybe. We can't afford to give him that, so it makes sense, that transfer.
See, I would have thought the fans would be up in arms, but I think because of the manager, they trust them big style.
A rebuild,
So Villa are getting away with it at the moment.
Yeah, 100%. But what frustrates the fans and me, Laura, is that if these PSR rules weren't in place, Morgan Rogers had a lengthy contract, and Aston Villa's owners wouldn't have sold him. But we had no choice because it's a weird scenario that we got with PSR where we had to sell Morgan Rogers. And then we can go again. It's so weird. The rules is like you can probably sell £100 million, but then you can probably spend 100 again, like we did. We bought Manzambi for 60 million, João Gomez for 28. So it's like you sell it, but then you can spend it, which is nonsense. Why couldn't Aston Villa finish the season and say top 4, or you can bridge that gap with the top 3 or the top 2? No, you've got to sell. So that's the frustrating thing, because how is an Aston Villa fan ever going to dream of going for the title, going to try and win the Champions League? I know you got your violin out there. Do you want to play?
I haven't got my violin. I am kind of imagining it though a little bit. Outside of Villa though, and we're going to indulge in a little bit of frivolous gossip here, Alan, if that's all right. unrest at Match of the Day. This is on the front of the Daily Telegraph. Yeah, not that we like this kind of gossip, but here we go. Pundits and staff are concerned about the vision for the programme, Match of the Day. Shearer is likely to be limited to 1 appearance per month. What do you make of that, Alan? Has it been left in the dust a little bit, Match of the Day?
Yeah, but for me, it's BBC. It's the BBC brackets are losing their way. They keep whinging about money, but they've had it their own way for so long. Don't get me wrong, they've produced some great programmes as well, which we've all loved. But at the same time, get on with it. To be honest, it doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me.
No, you're not sat at home on a Saturday, you're not watching Match of the Day, Alan?
No. When I think of live football, I think of Sky.
Yeah.
Or talkSPORT.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, yeah, not to watch, obviously, but when I'm watching, yeah, what's on Sky?
I think you've always been brought up watching Match of the Day and you've seen the same 3 people maybe. To see so many changes now, we switch it on every week. I mean, Michael Richards, I think he's the best. I love him, friends with him as well. And he's got that connection with Alan Shearer. You know, that banter when Gary Lineker had it together, the sort of banter when you're watching it. So what are the changes now? Are they looking at? Are they looking at more?
Yeah, so we've got a bit of a churn of pundits coming in. Toby Oldworld is coming in apparently for Match of the Day. Did they ever give you a call?
No
call from the BBC for Gabby Agbonlahor.
talkSPORT guy, me. Never. I'll turn it down if they phone.
We wouldn't do cuts here either.
No. I'm all in for talkSPORT only.
Well, one thing I would say is here at talkSPORT, you know, there's not many people. They leave for better jobs, but there's not many culls, is there?
No.
So, you know, we've got a healthy business here.
Yeah,
healthy business.
Totally agree.
But in saying that, just in case people say, "Oh, he's slagging the BBC off," I'm not. I'm just saying that it's been good for so long, and now they have to make cuts in terms of budgets. And I don't agree with a lot of the things they do as well, and who they put in front of the cameras and stuff like that on big events. You know, I'm a little. I don't want to get into it because it'll be an argument, but I just like no, not for a game like this. No. Anyway, you know, people know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
But as far as I'm concerned, tough. Simple as that.
Tough. Wouldn't happen here at talkSPORT.
Exactly.
We've got time for one more, Alan?
Yeah, go on.
Right then. Nick Kyrgios.
Yeah.
Oh.
I like him, by the way.
I want to come to you straight away, Alan.
Yeah.
Simon Jordan defended him yesterday. This is Nick Kyrgios on the back of the Times today. Says he's made a huge mistake after returning a positive drugs test at the ATP 250 event in Mallorca. Simon Jordan yesterday defended him, said that he doesn't agree that sports people in the public eye should necessarily be held up as role models. Is that fair?
Well, it's like anything else in the courts as well. You know, a superstar, whether it be a footballer or a jockey or whatever, tennis player, I think they get treated differently to normal people. And this, again, could be controversial, but, you know, stuff when they get heavy fines and banged up when other people would just get a slap in the wrist.
Yes.
A little fine and no jail and stuff like that. You know, I understand the role model. You've got to... Kids look up to you and stuff like that. But
has to be.
when it comes to dishing out punishment, no, definitely.
I do think sports stars don't ask to be role models. That's the problem I've got with it.
Go back to Nick. Yeah. I liked him a lot when he was on here. And he was a top tennis player as well.
Yeah.
He never hit the real heights, but by the way, he could give anyone a game. And he's held his hands up and said, before it comes out, I'm going to tell you what happened. I'm silly. Great, no problem. It's never been my cup of tea. Never. I don't do it. But I'm not going to slag or hammer someone off because I think it's just the way things are now. And he's come out and said, I'm sorry. And I think we've got to appreciate that and say, well, you're a naughty boy, but okay, move on. Don't do it again.
Yeah, I mean, Gabby, you say you don't ask to be, made a role model. Yeah. I just think as part of, you ultimately live quite a privileged lifestyle. If you are in the public eye, you are paid a lot of money.
Yeah.
I think you should be held to a slightly higher standard because you get the benefits of all of that sort of privilege, of money, of freedom, of fame.
Yeah.
And off the back of that, I think your debt should be that you're held to a slightly higher standard.
A lot of you also work hard as well.
Undoubtedly. I'm not saying you don't.
What about the people who don't work and get as much as a poor guy who puts in 60 hours a week?
I think as well.
Pays his tax and he walks away in his pocket, cash, with the same as someone next door who don't want to work.
I think as well, you look at it as well, Alan says, that I think when you're a footballer, people always, you get paid this and you got this fame. But they don't see the hard yards you put in as a kid when your friends are out partying, when you're 16, 17, and you're doing extra, you're grounded. Do you know what I mean? So footballers do work hard to get where they are. I do get it to a sense of a role model, but some footballers are just like, I just want to go and play football. I'm really good. I'm getting paid crazy money, but I want to play football.
And
I'm not the perfect guy.
But,
you know what I mean? I've got flaws. I'm not the perfect Harry Kane, James Milner personality. I can be a bit rough around the edges. Don't look at me. Look at them, sort of play.
It's crazy money, we know that.
Yeah.
You know what they get a week now. But look, it's that's what, at the end of the day, if you want to stop that, don't go to a game. Say, I've earned this, I work much harder, I've earned my money, I'm not giving it to the football club. Yeah. So the clubs, the directors of the club, the owners of the club, they're putting the money in, they want success, they're attracting the best players. And the players are like, happy days, Christmas time here, I'll sign that. So it's very, very difficult, but I know it's O-levels coming out today and grades, we'll talk about that a bit later, and I really wish whoever gets great grades, who have worked their socks off, by the way, to get them, can find a decent job. That's the first battle over. Now the real battle starts, getting a bloody job. Right, Laura, we're back later. Thanks to Costa Express, coming up with Celtic have a world-class talent. Do they on their hands? If you've seen the game last night, some cracking goals. 6:32.
The Costa Coffee Break on talkSPORT, sponsored by Costa Express. Ground beans and fresh milk. Quality coffee.
In the traditional thought process of who's going to challenge Arsenal, they're all in a form of transition. They're all in. Liverpool have got to rebuild.
So you telling me Arsenal will win it again?
Well, you would think that there's a distinct possibility, as Martin rightly says, nothing is easy, and neither should it be, and neither should we hope it is.
Sure.
Right? But Arsenal are in the box seat.
Yeah.
And I don't want the narrative to be seeded because he'll start crying about it. But the fact is that you don't want them to still defeat from the jaws of victory, because it is theirs to win.
Sure.
They're the defending champions. They're in good nick.
Let's not get into that. Let's not get into that kind of talk.
They're in good nick.
We'll get to some talk with some Arsenal fans very shortly, Mark.
The narrative talk last season. Four games in last year, we're saying Arsenal had blown it. Yeah. Like, let's not get into all of that. It's theirs to blow. No. They can enjoy now. There's a new armoury.
Who said that?
This is a tough. They are winners, Jim. You cannot dispute that this season.
Well, they are. But let me ask you this before we hit the 10:30 break. Arteta's next evolution, are the narratives of boring Arsenal and set-piece FC now being wiped aside?
Well, I'm not sure they were there anyway, because Arsenal, look, as I say, I didn't care if their winning goal came off
that was a strong narrative,
the backside of Gabriel or not. 25 goals from set pieces. Look, whatever way they found to it, they'll be doing all of that again this year. It's every facet of their play. They'll try and pass the ball. Look how well they passed the ball yesterday when they went 2 or 3 goals up. The handbrake came off yesterday, and they got players in the final third.
Well,
that's the next step.
Do you envisage a style change this season?
Well, I think it's a dominance, really. They were allowed to play football yesterday. This is what you're up against, isn't it? But no, I mean, the manager wants to go to the next step. That is to control games more.
Here are some of the best sledges in Ashes history. Let's start in 1933, Douglas Jardine versus Yabba. Jardine, the notorious captain of the Bodyline series. Yabba, some bloke in the stands who became so famous he now has a statue at the SCG. When Jardine was swatting away flies on the boundary one day, Yabba yelled, "Oi, Jardine, leave our flies alone. They're the only friends you've got." Next, Warne versus Strauss in the Edgbaston Cauldron 2005. Strauss shouted, "Come on boys, he's struggling here," when Warne misjudged the delivery by Ashley Giles. Warne then told Strauss, "Say one more thing to me and I'll hit the next ball for 6. Strauss obliged and Warne walloped an enormous 6 over square leg. Night-night, Straussy. Bowler Jimmy Ormond dealt a stinger to Mark Waugh, brother of Steve, in 2001 when the Aussie all-rounder told him he was nowhere near good enough to play for his country. Ormond replied, "At least I'm the best cricketer in my family." Tough. Wicketkeeper Ian Healy issued one of the great lines after Steve Waugh told Ricky Ponting to field right under the nose of Nasser Hussain. Healy remarked, "That could be anywhere within a 3-mile radius." Poor Nas. And then there's Dennis Lilly on Geoffrey Boycott, who he beautifully described as a man who fell in love with himself at a young age and has remained faithful ever since.
You're Celtic United, but baby, I've decided you're the best team I've ever seen. You're in my heart, you're in my soul. You be my breath, should I grow?
Calm down, Rod, calm down. Yeah, talkSPORT breakfast with me, Brazil, Gabby Agbonlahor and Arnold Clark's the perfect time to upgrade your car. Get 2 years free servicing when you buy a used car in the upgrade event. Check it out online. Now, Sir Rod was in jubilant and emotional mood last night, watching Celtic slap Lask 3-0 in the Champions League playoff first leg last night at Celtic Park. Got to be careful, it is, you know, when it's your old ticker and stuff like that. You know,
he was flying and the goals were going in.
I was surprised.
Jumping up and down, yeah.
I was surprised to see him there, to be honest.
Yeah.
I know he loves it, but especially European nights. But after you know what he's had done, I thought, anyway, look. He was loving it. Manager Martineau was speaking to TNT after the game, was full of praise for his Colombian striker, Duran, who bagged a brace last night.
Well, he's a brilliant player. He's an absolutely brilliant footballer. You know, we spotted him way back some time ago, and we tried to get him earlier than we did do at the time, and then, but so pleased to see him here. He's just magnificent. I said to him, I'm not saying at this minute he's a world-class player. What I am saying that was a world-class performance by him in every sense.
Yeah. Tracks back as well, you know. The guy, and he's strong.
Hard-working.
And he's strong, you know, because the fullback was having a go at him, and it was a good battle, but he got the upper hand.
Why he took his 2 goals as well.
But what I do like as well is when he's got a chance, he'll put a ball in the box.
Of course.
And that will help because he gets in great positions.
Yeah, I agree.
He's not the complete striker, but he'll be top scorer in Scotland.
Yeah, I totally agree.
He will be. Right, to give us more, let's bring in talkSPORT Scottish football correspondent Paul Mitchell. Paul, a very good morning.
Good morning, Paul.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Paul, I'm not crowing too much after last night. You know, I'm glad the third one went in because they proved in the first 5-6 minutes, this is a dangerous side, and they will score and the away leg Tuesday night. So that third goal going in for me, it was a nice little bit of a bridge, a nice little gap to think, come on, boys, we've got this sewn up.
I think they desperately needed it, Alan. I mean, it sounds crazy at 2-0 up. You think it's all going well. But, I mean, Celtic could have been 2-0 down in 2 minutes. I mean, the strike from Moses Usor in the opening 35 seconds was absolutely stunning. One of the best disallowed goals I think you'll ever see. And that kind of set the alarm bells ringing for Celtic. I thought they were strong up front. It was very, very interesting. In the first 10 minutes, it could have been 2 apiece. It was not a typical Champions League playoff game. Both teams came to play. I was really quite surprised by Lask. I just wondered what was going to be their Achilles heel, and it turned out they couldn't particularly clear the ball particularly well from crosses in the box. Celtic identified that and got a couple of brilliant goals from it. But that third goal went from box to box, started with Trusty on the left-hand side outside the Celtic box, all the way to the other end with many players involved. It was a thing of beauty. And you mentioned Duran scored it, and what a finish it was.
Yeah, and Negram as well. That was a quality finish. It wasn't just a volley blast. It was controlled volley inside of his left foot, top corner. Beautiful goal. Great finish.
Yeah, and he's scored in every game this season so far. And you're right. I mean, he just took it absolutely perfectly. I've never seen a goalkeeper so bemused who thought, that where are all these strikes coming from? Because normally you think these are the ones that goalkeepers don't mind, strikes coming from a little bit distance, but he just couldn't handle it. And Celtic, it was interesting. I mean, the way that they played. I mean, we talk about Duran. Callum McGregor had a little dig at him early in the game, as if to say, come on, we need you to get into this. And boy, did he respond. If Celtic have a problem, they looked a little bit rusty at the back. Cameron Carter-Vickers, who's a terrific centre-half, had one or two issues, certainly early in the game.
Pace.
He's got a little bit of work to get back to where he wants to be.
I think Celtic will strengthen there. I do. I think they'll look for a centre-half. Don't get me wrong, everyone's looking for a good quality centre-back, but I think Celtic will make a purchase.
I think so. I mean, they've got Austin Scales, Liam Scales and Austin Trusty, I beg your pardon. Decent players. It just depends on what level Celtic want to go to. I think you're right. I think they're going to be looking elsewhere. Arne Engels, of course, down at West Ham. I thought Mika Bauer had a terrific game. He slotted in there.
Busy, isn't he? Busy little player.
Yeah, and I think Celtic need that. They need that energy in European nights. You don't need everybody to be flashy. And I didn't think he was particularly flashy. I just thought he was there when he needed to be, was making the passes.
It shows, doesn't it, Paul, that, Celtic players definitely took the game serious last night, how important it was. But how important as well it was to get the signings through the door before this game, unlike last season, because... Yes, Duran was fantastic, and I love the striker down the middle. Negrin as well, fantastic footballer. But there's one player I'm really excited for, and it's Hassan. Even when he come on, he just looks direct and quick. What an option to have for Martin O'Neill this season.
I'm really looking forward to seeing him play. But you make the point, Celtic were heavily criticised last year for not spending before the Champions League. Martin O'Neill said that, if they qualify for the league phases, this will help them in recruitment, which is obviously correct. But I'm glad to see they went a little bit early this year and said, look, we've got to spend money, we've got to speculate to accumulate. And the difference in the game at the end were players like, Bauer, who's come in, played in the midfield beautifully. As I say, Lask might feel they're not out of this. I've never seen a manager look so bemused. I mean, Celtic were outscored in terms of shots on target, the XG. I mean, they got the 3 goals that mattered, but you can't take for granted. No. If Lask get an early goal next week,
that's my worry.
Be uncomfortable.
Absolutely, that is my worry. Definitely, it's not over yet, Paul. Tuesday night, so quickly Celtic if Celtic score, and there's every chance they will, then I think it's game over. But we're not counting the chickens just yet. Paul, thank you for that.
Thank you, Paul.
There on Parkhead last night. Thank you. Right, some big games coming up as well. Celtic go to Ibrox in the League Cup, and then I think it's the week after the Parkhead for the first league game. So they're 2 massive games. But to get in the Champions League qualifier is in the league is just massive. You get in that league, it's great night as well. It's a great night at Parkhead.
Just look at the history of Celtic in Champions League. Remember, when I was playing Barcelona games, Barcelona, Messi coming to Celtic Park.
I was there in the knockout games. I mean, the Cup was the Cup, the European Cup, and there was only champions as well, Gab.
Yeah, no, I agree.
It was brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
Spot on, mate.
Right, still to come on breakfast.
Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. Spend £100 or more with a Travis Perkins trade account and you could win a brand new Ford Ranger. T's and C's apply.
Okay, what about from Celtic to Manchester United, another of football teams in Rod songs. Manchester United look to have all but secured the signature of Carlos Balaba from Brighton for around £65 million, who bolsters a squad that finished third last year. Could these types of glory days be closer than they think?
They present it to Sir Alex Ferguson, who holds it aloft. Sir Alex Ferguson does hold that trophy aloft. He takes centre stage, his final Old Trafford appearance.
Wow, it's a long time ago, wasn't it? When you think about it now. 2013, Fergie lifting the trophy. The last time they won it. United fans, how close are you to returning to the top of the tree? Do you imagine a big year this year? Is this where you really push City and Arsenal? Is it? Get your calls in 03 717 22 3344. That was our breakfast show preview with our good friends at Travis Perkins.
Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. Spend £100 or more at any Travis Perkins Hire or Benchmarks branch as a trade account holder and you could win a brand new Ford Ranger. T's and C's apply.
May as well get to it. Arsenal in advanced talks to sign Ezri Konsa from Aston Villa. Apparently Konsa has agreed personal terms, is that right?
Yeah, I think that's been the case for a while. When you looked at Arsenal's list of defensive targets, I think Ezri Konsa has always been very much number one priority. Obviously going to be disappointing for Aston Villa to lose another of their key men from last season. Morgan Rogers having been sold to Chelsea, Yuri Tillemans to Manchester United and Luca Digne to PSG. So it has been a bit of a fire sale at Villa Park this summer. Emi Martinez could be on his way out as well, although that move to Juventus broke down. I'm intrigued to see what the final fee will be because I think Arsenal's initial offer was well short of the 60 million that Villa were initially holding out for. So intrigued to see how close Arsenal get to that fee. But you can understand the reason that Arsenal are going for Ezri Konsa. He's got that versatility. He can play at right back if needed. He can play at centre back alongside Gabriel while William Saliba is out injured. And I think he might miss quite a chunk of the season with that back injury suffered at the World Cup. And he's someone who's Premier League ready, much like Bruno Guimaraes. He won't need a bedding in period. So I think this is another really positive move for the champions. I make Arsenal big favourites to retain that title.
And so do you, Danny. Although it pains you to say it, so do you. You think, yeah, with the way it's looking, Arsenal to retain it.
Yeah, I mean, there's a mixture of reasons. Obviously, the quality they've got, but the confidence that win will give them, and just the stability of the same manager, the same core of players. They've not lost any of their best players, and they're just adding more quality.
Premier League football drama at its absolute best. Oh my Gabriel!
I can't watch this. He's definitely scoring this.
Messi! No! Yes! Come on! Get in it!
What was that?
You see this crap every single game in the Premier League.
Oh, this is
no goal.
That was embarrassing.
10 minutes to 7 o'clock. Alan Brazil and Gabby Agbonlahor here on the Sports Breakfast on talkSPORT. Now, right, what do we know? This Thursday morning, ahead of the start of the Premier, of course, Liam Delap has been stripped of the number 9 shirt at Chelsea, which has now been given to João Pedro and is now training away from the main squad. I don't like that, by the way. You know what I mean? I understand you've no future here, but when it just floors you, doesn't it?
I think
floors you.
It's Delap, isn't it? It's Tosin, it's Disasi. I think there's one more. I hate it because people talk about, players get paid all this money and this and that. What about the players now in that bomb squad? Remember
Well, they
Sterling
still
was
get
in it
paid,
for a while.
but
but your head, money's not everything, Cal. You're going in and you're like, oh, thanks. I'll go and train in that corner with 4 players. Horrible.
Yeah, I agree. Someone will take him, though. But, would he end up back at Ipswich? I don't know. It's too much. Netherlands midfielder Reinders has completed a £52 million move to Saudi, to Al Qadsiya. That surprised me. I was going to say he's too good for that. I shouldn't say that. But that surprised me. I thought he'd gone to a top European club.
No, you're right. You're spot on. But the money talks.
Yeah, I know.
How many players are doing
He's a top player. Yeah. He's going to get an absolute fortune. But will he regret that later on? Lying on the beach, looking up at his condo in Miami Beach. Well,
yeah.
He's already minted. Never mind what he's going to get.
He's come to the Premier League and flopped because he hasn't done it in the Premier League Reinders.
Well, he's had games.
But he's not done enough. And then you're going to Saudi, but going earn that money, I suppose.
Tottenham midfielder Conor Gallagher has told talkSPORT that they will improve their home form this season under manager Roberto De Zerbi.
I'm not too sure why the home form was worse than the away form, but I think you got to look at the whole season and try and improve with everything. To be honest with you, home and away makes no difference to us. We need to go into every game with the same mentality and try and dominate every game if it's home or away. And obviously, having the fans at home makes it more special, and they were sticking by us last season in a really tough time, so they've been great as well, so hopefully they can have more to cheer about this season.
Conor Gallagher there. Let me tell you about De Zerbi, right? He's really getting a hold of that club, De Zerbi.
Yes, he is.
Was it a couple of weeks ago, I think he had 26 of the old boys played at Spurs.
I've seen it.
For the training ground for lunch, watch your training, meet the players.
Exactly.
And the boys loved it.
Yeah.
And I think the current players liked it as well. Ozzy was there, Glenn was there.
Bit of respect to the ex-players.
Absolutely. And, they said, do you want to come next time? He's going to do it again on a regular basis. So all I'm getting from Spurs at the moment is good. It's good vibes.
It's nice that some clubs do that, Al.
Yeah.
With the old players.
Do you think Jamie will get the shout to go down now?
Yeah, they tried to contact O'Hara, but his email didn't go through. You got to play with 30 games.
Tottenham kick off the season away at Brentford. Jamie O'Hara, Jason Cundy will be right across the game on the game day phone-in. Now, time for a bit of this at 6:54.
Here we go.
I'm coming home, baby, now. I'm coming home now, right away.
Now, what's coming here? What's coming here? And Laura Francis is back. Would you prefer me to,
full name, please?
Full name?
Yes, please.
Or is it just Laura?
Laura's fine. I do feel like I'm in trouble every time you say it. I feel like you're about to tell me off or something.
No, me. Don't be scared of me.
I'll be the first, Laura.
Laura Francis is a bit of Scottish in there.
There is, yeah. There's quite a lot of Scottish in there. Yeah.
Makes sense.
But no, it does feel like I'm about to be told off by a school teacher.
Not me. No, definitely not.
More Scots on the radio.
Well, yes, I'm back. And also, Harry and Meg are back. Yes, 6 years after Megxit. This is on the front of The Sun.
Do you want me to look excited or something, Laura?
Yeah. Do I want you to look excited? I want to get your thoughts, Alan. The Royals move back.
You don't.
Do I want to? I don't know if I do, actually.
Okay.
I don't know
Gabby about it.
if we do. Okay, Gabby, we'll start with you. Harry and Meg, they're coming home. Prince Harry and his wife Meghan are moving back to the UK 6 years after leaving for the US. Let's go live now to our royal correspondent for the next 5 minutes, Gabby Agbonlahor.
Gabby Agbonlahor.
Yeah, quite how we've got here, I'm not sure. But yeah, what are your thoughts on this, Gabby Agbonlahor?
If they're coming back, then we're not paying for their protection. We will not.
Okay, no.
Yes, that's what I've got to say on the matter.
You sound like Chris, don't you? What's wrong with you?
What was that accent?
That's all I've got to say.
Do you honestly, Laura, I'm not trying to get you in trouble here, but do you honestly think people are bothered?
I would imagine that because we've got about 20 pages of coverage in lots of the newspapers, people are quite bothered by this.
Are they?
Yeah.
But see, William and Kate, people immediately have taken to them. Not because they're Villa fan, but they've taken
No, quite the opposite, actually, despite the fact they're Villa fans. Yeah, in spite of it, yeah.
But I'm sorry, I'm astonished the coverage that, Harry and Meghan get. I'm astonished.
Are they going to be able to move in this country?
Well,
in the sense of, like, everywhere they go.
Yeah,
They're going to be followed.
They are going to be followed. They are moving into a non-royal residence, presumably a mansion somewhere. Now, we have to question what they're going to do for work. So, do you think Harry could?
Do they need to work?
Well, could Harry come in and do maybe a spot at talkSPORT?
Oh, imagine that.
Simon Jordan's proved that you can be posh and work here. Harry could easily come in and do, an overnight shift or something. Do you think he'd fit in well here, Alan?
I don't want to be disrespectful here, so I'm guarded here what I say. But I don't think they need to work. Put it that way. I think there's so we'll never know wealth, how much they have between them. But one thing I will say is I'm pleasantly surprised they're still together.
Yeah.
There you go.
But haven't there been loads of there's loads of receipts, isn't there, on page 7 of the Sun? But isn't one of Harry's quotes that he can't bring his kids here to live here?
Yeah, so he did say about a year ago that he couldn't see a world in which he brings his kids back to the UK.
What's changed?
We don't know what's changed. So possibly just a change of heart, wants to come back to the place where...
That'd be the taxpayer that's paying for the security.
Oh, I don't know. We're getting into dangerous territory here.
I was wondering.
Just to bring it back to sport, though, which is why we're here. Favourite return, Alan? Come back, where someone's gone back to a club. Thierry Henry back to Arsenal.
Well,
Ian Rush back to Liverpool.
Johnny Wark went to Ipswich and was they say he never go back. He went back and he was brilliant again. He's a legend at Ipswich, Johnny Wark. Brilliant. So there's one for you,
Mourinho.
Mourinho.
Mourinho back to Chelsea and win the league again.
He could, by the way.
No, I'm saying he did.
Yeah, but he could do it again.
Yeah, he could, yeah.
Real Madrid are not mugs. Josie's got that flamboyancy about him. He knows his football. And he's one of them who could probably handle the Galacticos and get the best out of them, because they're going to have to, because Barcelona are stronger.
Do you know what stands out for me? Thierry Henry. So when he come back and won number 12, I swapped shirts with him.
Did you?
He gave me my shirt back.
Rushy came back.
Sorry, did you ask him for it, or did he come over to you?
No. I'm not gonna lie. I hunted him down, Laura.
Did you? What did you say to him?
I said, Thierry, don't try moving.
Man marked him.
He's got it at home. Number 12.
Who's this guy? Who's this guy?
Yeah, did he ask you? Did he know who you were?
Go away. I just want your shirt, Terry.
Was you playing today, Gabby? Was you playing in the game?
Did he perhaps mistake you for a ball boy?
I just want your shirt, Terry. Shirt.
Yeah.
Have your shorts, please.
But you've still got it at home, have you?
I've got it at home, yeah. So any Arsenal fans want to have a little auction for it? Now that Arsenal fans don't want me to have it, let's do an auction.
Rushy went back to Liverpool, didn't he?
Yeah, one loan season at Juventus, straight back to Liverpool.
Well, see, Kenny and Rushy. Kenny, I'm not saying he made Rushy, because Rushy was an unbelievable goal scorer. Yeah. But that brilliance that Kenny had, that vision he had, that one-touch layoffs to Rushy using his pace was unbeatable. Brilliant. Yeah. So back to your question, Harry and Meg, good luck to them, but it doesn't interest me. Sorry. Coming up to 7 o'clock. All right.
And 2 weeks today, the transfer window closes. Would you anticipate much more business in terms of incomings between now and then?
Well, you can see the league, how unpredictable the league is, and the amount of things that can happen on a day. So it's better not to talk too much. Be prepared, be open, and hopefully we can wrap up the transfer window in a really positive way.
You were speaking before the Community Shield. You were asked about your long-term future and contract negotiations, and you said there's nothing to worry about, Arsenal fans. Do you see yourself as somebody who can do what the likes of Guardiola and Wenger and Ferguson did and stay at the club for many years and build a dynasty?
I want to do what I'm capable of doing and what is the best for the club. And I feel very, very happy and grateful to be sitting where I am with the people that I work with every single day. And my ambition is to continue this way.
Was it strange at Cardiff on Sunday that you weren't facing Pep Guardiola in the dugout, given that rivalry that's developed and obviously your relationship with him?
It was different. Obviously, I know Enzo really well, but obviously the relationship that I built with Pep when we work with each other, and then the amount of headaches and sweats that he has provided to me over the last 6-7 years to try to catch up to the level and the standards that they set in the league has been an absolute inspiration. I think he's left a benchmark and a mark in this league that it will be history forever, and he made us, I think, all of us better.
Have you had many conversations with him since the end of the season, since you were crowned champions?
I had, and I have due to have an important as well in the next few days, and I'm looking forward to it.
Football fans all have stadiums we love, but do any of us have a pitch that we love? It might sound like an odd question, but pitches can be different sizes with big consequences. Why is that? And what are the actual rules? Back when association football started, pitches could be up to 100 metres wide and 200 metres long. That's longer than Ellen Road. Not the pitch, the stadium. Anyway, UEFA wanted a standard across Europe for international matches, which became 105 metres long and 68 metres wide. But some clubs had been rebels, not intentionally, but because of the stadiums. Take Highbury, for example. It was 5 metres shorter and a metre narrower, meaning away sides had a challenge to adjust. White Hart Lane was exactly the same. And actually, when Spurs temporarily moved to Wembley, they asked the FA to shorten the pitch. The FA, very offended by the sacrilegious suggestion, said no, which in fairness could have actually benefited Tottenham, because when they moved into their shiny new stadium, the pitch was exactly the same size as Wembley's. Today, Forest Pitch at the City Ground is a big one. It's 2 metres wider than any other pitch in the Premier League. But the smallest of all, Craven Cottage, just 100 metres long and 65 wide. No excuse for not tracking your man. There are a couple of crazy outliers in Europe too. At Napoli's home ground, the Stadio Diego Armando Maradona, the pitch is a whopping 110 metres long. At least they don't play on a slope like Newcastle do. There's a 2-metre incline on the pitch at St James's Park. And don't get me started on the old pitch at Yeovil too. It used to be a slant of 2 metres corner to corner and across the halfway line. So UEFA have their standards. So do the FA, but they do give pitches in England some wiggle room. Pitches can be anywhere between 90 and 120 metres long and between 45 and 90 metres wide. I mean, the rules state you can't have a square pitch, but in theory you could have one that's 91 metres long and 90 wide. Imagine rocking up to play a Sunday League game and the pitch is basically a square. So there are rules and regulations on sizes, with a UEFA standard that roughly everyone follows. But as we all know, size doesn't matter, does it?
Oh, we should get Rupert Bell on. You know,
royal correspondent.
Yeah, but he's a royal correspondent.
Just give me a right rollicking.
But he's a royal correspondent when it suits him all.
I know.
We've got a lot to talk about here.
Well, he'll be up at York, won't he? He'll be sleeping off a couple of bottles of nice red.
It'd be nice to see what his thoughts are, Al, about, you know, Prince Harry.
Merlot Bell. That's Rupert Merlot Bell.
Interesting if he's got an opinion.
Malbec Bell.
Oh, Rupert.
talkSPORT Breakfast with me, Brazil, Gabby Agbonlahor and Arnold Clark's deal drop. Get the new car feeling without the new car price. Discover some of the biggest savings and find your next car deal today. On the way for you this morning, after I declared De Zerbi Spurs to be good vibes, we'll catch up with former fullback Chrissy Houghton, who was one of the legends invited to the training ground last week, Jamie. We'll also build up with Chris to Brighton's Conference League playoff tonight against Norwegian side Tromsø. That's live and exclusive on talkSPORT 2. But now it's been one of the biggest question marks of the transfer window. But Manchester United are finally looking, at long last, to bring in another signing. Reports circulated yesterday. United are closing in the signing of Carlos Balaba from Brighton for a deal, I think it's around £65 million now. Before this news dropped, Andy Goldstein was left frustrated. But Manchester United's intent in this window.
Tillemans was 35, and Andre Santos, was 50 million, and that's basically it.
Yeah.
And I look at the back four United could be Shaw, Martinez, Maguire, and Dalot, the same back four that we had 4 years ago.
Yeah.
I do think that's a worry as a Man United fan. They were good young kids we've got. We've got Shea Lacey, who I think is exceptional. Towards the end of last season, he played a few games, plays on the right, he's got a good left foot, looks really, really good. I like him. He played a few games under Carrick pre-season, looked good.
Yep.
We've got JJ, his name's gone, JJ Gabriel, 15 years old, looks exceptional, but way too early to throw him in the deep end. But other than that, United, for my money, United need to bring in 2 defenders at least, because that back four is not good enough.
There you go, Andy Goldstein on talkSPORT. Balaba will be the third central midfielder through the door at Old Trafford. Let's bring in a Manchester United fan. Jonathan has given us a call on 03717 223344. Jonathan, morning.
Morning, Jonathan.
Morning, boys. Alan, good to hear your voice.
And yours, Gabby. Jonathan, and yours.
Gabby, how's that big club of yours doing this summer, mate?
Say again. Just looking at our European trophy, mate. Just polishing it.
No. Anyway, boys, it is good to be back. I've missed you both and missed the football. United, well, midfield, I like it. I like the look of this Balaba. If it's the Balaba not of last season, the season before. Attacking, they've got pace. If they can reintegrate Marcus, that's a massive signing. But we've got a big problem at the back. We have injury-prone defenders. Martinez, I like. He's nasty, he's horrible, but he always gets injured. Harry looks good when he plays with Martinez. And that's another problem, because if he's not got Martinez with him, he's not as good. The others, I don't know about. Luke Shaw is not going to play the whole season. We're crying for a left back, and I don't rate either of the right backs.
Yeah.
So it's mixed.
Why are they not spending, Jonathan? Because it's Manchester United, and I thought this year they'd make a push. I really did. Why are they not spending?
Well, that baffles me, Alan. It baffles me because everybody knows we need defenders. Surely they have the money. They've got a lot of big salaries off the wages this year. They're still making more money than ever. I don't understand it.
Yeah, I think, Jonathan, I think you need a top defence, don't you, to win things. And look at Arsenal. Saliba's got an injury. What they're going to do? Okay, we're going to go and get Konsa for 55, 60 million pounds. You need a top defence, don't you, to win things?
100%. I mean, Arsenal are just streets ahead of everyone.
Yes.
And the way what they've done this summer is like what we used to do with Alex. You go out, you buy the best players.
Yes.
You spend the money, you strengthen your team. And they've done that, and I just don't see anyone getting near them.
Yeah. Jonathan, just one quick one, because I've got to move on to our next guest. Where are you with Marcus Rashford? I'm hoping he does well.
I hope he does well. I think it's all down to Marcus and down to Marcus's attitude. He's got it in him. He did it at Barcelona last year. I'd love him to be playing like he can for us. It'd be great.
Yeah, Jonathan, nice one. Talk later. Enjoy the start
Thank
of the
you,
season.
Jonathan.
Fun enough, Ipswich play Manchester United up at Old Trafford. Second game in.
Yes.
Right, okay. So Marcus Rashford has pleaded with pundits like Gary Neville to just let him get on with football, his football. Let's get more on all this now and speak to the Sun's Manchester United correspondent, Sam Luckhurst. Good morning, Sam.
Good morning, Sam.
Morning, Gabby. Morning, Al.
Sam,
good to have you back on.
Thanks, mate. Sam, does it puzzle you a little bit? You know, where's the money? Come on, where's the signing? This is the start of the season. United can make a charge here.
It's not as puzzling as it seems. From the outside, I can understand why supporters are wondering why they've not been splashing the cash a bit more. Yeah. But ultimately, they're trying to live down their reputation, United, for years. They've overpaid. The last time they finished third and it felt like, okay, challenge for the title, they spent 60 million on Mason Mount, 47.2 million on Andre Onana. They said that they wouldn't go over 60 million for a striker. Then they signed Rasmus Højlund in a deal for 72 million pounds. Yeah. All three of them have not been successes. And there are so many examples before then as well. Yeah. So they actually need a few summers where it's quite calm, where they spend sensibly, spend well. In Ineos' first summer a couple of years ago, it was very hit and miss. Last summer was, apart from under Ferguson back in 2007, it's their best summer transfer window ever at the time of talking to you guys. And this summer, they're trying to do that quite similarly. They have got things wrong in that if they wanted a Premier League player, they should have gone for them quite early on. With Carlos Baleba, there was an inquiry put in last year. I can't quite understand why they've taken until the final weeks of the transfer window to put an offer in for Brighton, other than the fact that he clearly wasn't their preferred defensive midfield choice.
Going forward, they look very good, don't they? It's obviously defenders that they need. But you're so right. Last season, Manchester United spent 195 million on Cunha, Mbeumo and Šeško, all got double figures in the Premier League goals. So that's a plus. You can't just every season, can you, expect to, we should spend 195 again this season. Manchester United have to be clever sometimes in what they spend.
Yeah, the attack was always going to be untouched this summer, apart from if they were able to get Marcus Rashford out the door, which they haven't been able to do. That Barcelona obviously didn't want to sign him for £26 million. And although Šeško's missed entirety of pre-season and Mbeumo started up front, he scored a few goals. Every time he scored under Carrick, it's been through playing as a centre-forward. Carrick quite likes United set up in a strikerless formation. It's not a perfect attack. I mean, Joshua Zirkzee still lingering. He's neither here nor there. He's not really a striker. You're not going to use him as a number 10 unless there's a total injury crisis in that position. But they've got very good options, and that does include Rashford if he's up for it, if he wants to play for Manchester United. But unfortunately, he said so many times publicly that he didn't want to be at Manchester United. So he could knock this on the head right now and say, I'm saying I want to play for Manchester United, but we still don't know.
He wants a good start. Get the punters behind him. First 3-4 games, especially at home.
Yeah, and look, it's been what, 20 months since he last played for the club. I think a lot of the tension that was clearly simmering between him and the match-going supporters has simmered. There's been enough time for a lot of water to go under the bridge as well. And look, he's not going to start the season again unless there's an injury crisis on the left-hand side. They've got Matheus Cunha, who should be starting there, or Patrick Dorgu, who could be starting on the left wing. So he's got to accept that. But if he's engaged, he's a very, very good player. The problem is, as soon as he signed a new contract 3 years ago, that's when things started going wrong for him.
Yeah. Samuel, thank you very much for that. So, Manchester United, let's have a wee look here. Will they get off to a good start? Hull City away, then Ipswich Town come to Old Trafford, then they go to Everton, and then Man City at home. Yeah. Whoa.
Do you know what it is as well, Al? Quickly, sorry. The problem you got as well with Manchester United is you're in the Champions League now. You're going to have some tough Champions League games. If you get an injury to Harry Maguire, you're really light in defence. If you want to bridge that gap, finishing third last season, if you want to finish higher when you get to the knockout stage of the Champions League, you have to have squad depth in defence.
There's so many clubs are looking for a good centre-half.
I know. Villa are now as well.
Yeah, so it's interesting. Yeah. Thank you, the Sun's Manchester United correspondent, Sam Luckhurst. Coming up, Gabby's reunited with his least favourite talkSPORT caller.
I put it on silent and plane mode the whole time I was on holiday.
Good lad.
I
did message you and you pied me.
Well,
I was like, it's fine.
Well, I didn't get it.
Fine.
I didn't get the message.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm back now, right?
Yeah.
And I got a little surprise for you.
Oh, you got me a present.
I've got you a little prize.
What you got me?
I've got you.
What you got me? Ah! He's got me a Jason Cundy Tottenham shirt.
There you go, mate. You wanted one.
Is this official your shirt?
That's the official,
This
right?
is a match-worn shirt.
It's a match, well, probably match on the bench.
That's amazing.
I've got a little Sharpie here, mate, and I'm going to sign it in the break.
I want you to sign it. We have to come up with something. What are we going to put on it?
Dear numbnuts.
And that's amazing. Thank you, mate.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
It's in my mum and dad's house.
That's so good.
There you
That's
go.
fully fledged. This is proper Premier League.
Yeah.
There you go,
mate.
thank you, mate.
That's
That's
all
going to
right,
go
see?
up on the wall. I
Is it?
didn't get you anything.
That's all right.
So, sorry. I didn't think we were exchanging presents.
But no, it's fine. You asked. You did say to me, if I find one, can I have it? And there you go, mate.
You found it. Well done.
Found it, matey.
That's so good.
There you go.
Fits as well. Fits.
Yeah, excellent.
I love the old shirts because they're all massive.
Yeah.
So I can get that on.
Do you want me to sign it? You're going to stick it on your wall? You're going to.
Yeah. Of course I want you.
When Spurs play, you might wear it, Jay.
No. Yeah. What's number 26?
No, I got bumped out, didn't I? Jurgen Klinsmann took me 18.
Yeah, and that's Ledley King's number as well, isn't it? Literally, Cundy's the worst player to wear number 26 for Spurs.
What the hell is going on? This is literally Premier League football drama at its absolute best. Oh my, Gabriel!
I can't watch this. He's definitely scoring this.
Miss it!
No!
Yes! Come on! Get in it!
What was that?
You see this crap every single game in the Premier League.
Oh, this is...
No goal.
That was embarrassing.
Happy New Year, Gab.
Oh, it's not him, is it? Honestly.
7:19, Gabby, relax. So this summer has gone from bad to worse for Villa. Unai Emery, Morgan Rogers and Yuri Tielemans already gone, of course. And now it looks like Konza, that's the big one, is on his way to the Arsenal. Let's bring in another Gabby, who must be delighted. Gabby the Gunner, who has called us in 03717 22 3344. Gabby, a very good morning.
Dry your eyes, Gab. I know it's hard to take, but Concer's made his mind up. There's plenty more fish in the sea. Dry your eyes, Gab. I know you want to make Concer see how much his pain hurts, but you've got to walk away now. It's over. Sorry, Gab. And Alan, welcome back, sir.
Thanks,
I'm
mate.
so pleased you've got a fit bill of health.
Thank you.
I'm so happy for you.
No, I'm good, Gabby. Thank you very much, man. I was missing this, so I'm back.
Missing
Go
you.
about it.
He's not
The
missed
nation
you,
was
mate.
missing you, Alan.
He ain't missed you, Gabby.
Oh, he always misses me. It's you he doesn't miss, Gab.
Well,
Come on,
but
bruv.
can I ask you a
Don't
question,
Gab in
though?
Essex.
You know,
Go on, mate.
spending what you spent again this summer, is the minimum Champions League and Premier League for Arsenal?
Oh, Gab, listen, you've got always he'd make a
I'm
great
asking
politician, wouldn't he, Alan? He really would make
I'm
a
asking
great
you.
politician.
Are you closer to winning the Champions League with these signings?
I still think we're short of one exceptional striker. I think Osimhen, Alvarez, that's kind of the missing link. It could be enough with Solis and with the guys we've got. But
Alvarez would be good. Alvarez is a top player. He'd be good for Arsenal. He'd fit in this style of play as well, I think.
In the league, so I reckon they need to do the same for Arsenal.
You know what I don't like though, Gabby? You know, players like Wanyeri, Dauman, are they going to get the game time they deserve this season?
Must.
Well, I was up tarmacking the front entrance of Sober, Arsenal's training ground, and we're not supposed to talk to the players, but I saw Max and I started singing Super, Super. Max went over and I said to him, Max, you've got a beautiful life in front of you. Enjoy it. Take it in your stride and please never leave the Arsenal. And do you know what? 16 years old, he was so humble, he was so polite, and I just thought, what a refreshing time to see a guy of that level.
Yeah.
His parents are grounded. It's exciting times. He could be your man at Yamal.
I would have threw my Lucozade bottle all over you, mate, if that was me at that age.
Did Max say...
he was happy, mate. You wouldn't be happy, but he was delighted.
He didn't retort back, did he? And say, you couldn't do my drive for me, Gab, could you?
Well, he actually turned around and said, can you get that Gabby Agbonlahor off talkSPORT and just keep Alan Brazil
buried in tar.
It's Happy New Premiership Eve. So there you go. It's like Christmas.
What about Frank Lampard bringing his Coventry side then to the Emirates?
Tough game.
I think as they put on Sunday, was it Alan Pardew? Put another Yorkshire on your Sunday dinner plate because it's going to be tough come Friday.
This guy.
What about Villa then? Villa away. Gabby, he won't miss that one, will he? Villa against Arsenal.
It's £150 for hospitality at Villa. I home-ended it last year, and I'm wondering whether I go stealthily in there again, Alan. Do you fancy joining me? I'll drive you up there. I'll pay for your ticket. I'll buy you...
I could stick at Villa as well because back in 81, 82, you know, when we beat them 3 times in one season. But they did go on to win the Champions League, the big one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, some clubs haven't won now.
And rest in peace, Jimmy Rimmer as well, by the way. I mean, that's it. Now, Villa
is that
fans
the competition that Arsenal haven't won? Is that right, Gabby?
Oh, listen, Gab, it's going to come, mate. And the thing is, when it does, it will come, and you're going to cry again, mate. That's the problem.
It'd be nice. It'd be nice when you get to a final of a Champions League to have a go.
Gab, your career could be over when Arsenal win the Champions League.
I'll retire, mate, 100%.
To talk about anymore.
100%, mate.
Arsenal's still the team we beat this year.
Yes,
no doubt about it.
yes.
Still the team we beat this year. I think we don't know what's going to happen with City, do we? So where's the challenge coming? Is it going to be from Chelsea, Gabby?
Liverpool, I think, have gone unsung. I think they like how they've not been talked about. I think Isaac will come good. I think Wirtz has had his season of settling in last year. I think Areola will get a tune out of them. They've got a couple of defenders there, Al, that we don't know how good they could be. I think Liverpool are going under the radar. United should be good, but then they lost 4-2 to Crookie. Will be upset because they lost 4-2 to AC Milan the other day. So it's exciting, guys.
Yes. Oh, absolutely. We miss it. It's
looking forward to
Friday night. Gabby, listen, thank you.
Gabby.
Good luck today. Mate. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy the first game of the season coming up. Right, to get it right, it's a perfect start to life. Let's move on from a big round ball to a small round ball. A perfect start to life under Joe Root's leadership on day one. I watched a bit of it, of the Test match against Pakistan yesterday. England put the Pakistanis into bat and bowled them out in emphatic style for just 171, with both Josh Tong and Ollie Robinson picking up 5 wickets each. You know the last time that happened, Gab?
When?
You have to go back. Steve Harmy and Monty Panesar picked up 5 wickets each back in 2003. England then ended the day 112 for 2 in reply. To give us more, let's bring in talkSPORT's cricket report I've not spoke to for ages, Sam Ellard. Sam, morning.
Morning, Sam.
Morning, boys. How are we? All good?
Yeah, okay, good, Sam. Sam, what do you make of
good? Thank you.
Sum up yesterday then for us.
The perfect day for England. It's not going to get much better than that. You win the toss, bowl first. To have the opposition out for under 200 is job done. Ollie Robinson and Josh Tongue were absolutely brilliant throughout the afternoon. And Pakistan at one point were 117 for 3 and going along quite nicely. So England did really, really well to bring that back. They picked up 7 wickets in the space of 13 overs. Every time Ollie Robinson takes a wicket, you're really happy because he's taking a wicket, but then you just wonder to yourself, why on earth was this boy not in the England team for 3 years? Josh Tongue continues to impress. He's got a really, really awkward action. He's a tall bowler. He hits the pitch hard. He gets a little bit of extra bounce. He attacks the stumps in England. Yeah, we're really good with the ball in hand. It was job well done. And then with the bat to get to the close, 112 for 2, only trailing by 59 with Joe Root still at the crease. They're just in a perfect position to get a big first innings.
Sam, am I right in saying Duckett was very lucky given not out when it looked out to me?
Oh yeah, there was an LBW appeal really early on his innings, which just looked out. It was given not out on field, and then when you saw the replay first time, you just thought out, and it was umpire's call, so he stayed in the crease because it was given not out on field. He ended up making 15, so it didn't hurt Pakistan too much. Gay went for 33, but it doesn't look the strongest Pakistan bowling. I've got to say, Mohammad Abbas is very skillful with the new ball. But apart from that, it looks a friendly bowling attack. And what's going to be fascinating is how do England bat today? Because it's the first test match post Brendan McCullum. In the Bazball era, we know one of the main criticisms about England is they were at times really reckless, weren't they? They just went, attack. So sort of a full day batting today. It'd be interesting to see how they approach it. Sure, Al, we want there to still be some of that attacking intent there. Don't take that all back.
Yeah.
But we don't want recklessness. You almost want controlled attack. So let's see how England go about their business today.
Yep, Sam, nice one. Thank you.
Thank you, Sam.
With a big month of Test cricket ahead, talkSPORT's lively, opinionated new cricket podcast. How's that for a pod? Is a show you need to listen to. And listen up, fancy winning an all expenses paid trip. This is a belt, this is. We were talking about it yesterday, me and Ali. All expenses paid trip for 2 to Melbourne, and that's next March. Thanks to Visit Victoria and the Barmy Army, you could be at the MCG watching England take on Australia at the 150th anniversary test match. We're talking 5-day match tickets, right? So 5-day match tickets, 7 nights hotel, and an exclusive pre-match function with cricket legends, and a day trip to the Great Ocean Road with return flights and spending money included as well. What about that? Head to talksportwin.com right now and enter for full T's and C's. Coming up, has Harry Kane ruled out a move back to the Premier League ever?
Cricket, what? But I know Chelsea had a deadline for Fernandes, but it looks like Rodri's obviously on his way to Spain, Barcelona. I think he's going over there today. Would they go back in? It seems common sense, and particularly after watching that yesterday, would they go back to Chelsea, do you think, City?
I think it's almost nailed on that they're going to chance their arm there. Rodri deal was agreed overnight, £65 million, which is always the magic number. As far as Manchester City are concerned, he's agreed a 4-year deal. They're going to sell to Gianni Reinders as well. Those transfer fees combined will be enough to match Chelsea's £120 million asking price for Enzo Fernandez. Now, obviously, sources telling us on Friday that the 5 o'clock deadline had passed. No written bids have been received. Therefore, Enzo Fernandez would stay a Chelsea player. I'm not convinced that was as hard a deadline as maybe it's being made out.
What about Jamie Vardy, Crookie? We're reading reports that he's had an offer from Brazil.
Well, that doesn't surprise me because Jamie Vardy still looks in top physical condition. Obviously did pretty well in his stint over in Italy. I think he'd prefer a return to English football, if I'm honest, but I wouldn't totally rule out a move to Brazil. Who knows, that might be the next chapter of the documentary that I've just started watching about his incredible career. But he's certainly got no shortage of interest. Sheffield Wednesday, his boyhood club, have chanced their arm, but I think financially that's quite a difficult deal for the Owls to do.
boxing. It's a sport that makes multi-millionaires out of the world's best fighters, but it's not as flush with cash as you'd think. We all see how much the likes of Tyson Fury or Canelo Alvarez make every fight, but that's not the case for those just starting out, or those who aren't even at that level. For example, if you've just turned pro and don't have a promoter, you have to sell your own tickets, cover the cost of the venue yourself, and pay the taxman at the end of it. You might not even break even, but if you do, you're looking at 5 to 10 grand max. A mid-tier fighter might make more like 10 to 50 grand, but you still have to give up half of that in costs. So unless you're fighting for a world title, it's tough to make money. One potential way of doing it, though, is being a journeyman. Here's former European champion talkSPORT's Spencer Oliver explaining how that could work.
They want to fight every week, and they can be going in against the prospects, so they can demand good money, and they might be demanding like 5 grand, 10 grand for a 6-rounder or something, because they're going in with a prospect. He gets through that, the journeyman gets through that fight, and he can fight again next week.
I mean, even so, it's not much, and you're getting punched in the face for a job. It's only really at the top level, i.e. fighting for titles, where you're earning up to 6 figures and can afford a diamond chain or that Ferrari. So boxing isn't a sport that allows you to retire at 40 and live a life of luxury. Much like a lot of other sports and jobs in general, it takes an awful lot of luck quite early in your career to really make it worth your while.
Gab, what aftershave you got on? I've got the sniffles here. Something's bothering me in the studio.
Really?
Yeah, what have you got on? What do you normally wear?
It's called Widian.
It's called what?
Widian.
Widian?
Yeah. It's very nice, white.
No, I'm not saying it's
You
not.
don't like it, mate?
No, I've got a funny reaction.
You're full of it.
Try to work out what it is.
You're
I don't know.
full of it, mate.
Your coffee, your croissant, something's amiss. Anyway,
Really? Okay. Interesting.
talkSPORT breakfast with Alan Brazil and Gabby Agbonlahor and Arnold Clark's the perfect time to upgrade your car. Get 2 years free servicing when you buy a used car in the upgrade event. Check it out online. Right now, Spurs fans or even fans of other clubs who want to see Harry Kane back in the Premier League, well, it looks like bad news. Kane has spoken to top football journalist talkSPORT's Henry Winter about his second European golden shoe, but said, this is about a return to England. I thought I'd definitely be coming back home to England. That itch isn't there anymore. Gab.
Why would he? Bayern Munich, you know.
People love him here.
I know, but he's won the league with Bayern Munich. They're not far off Champions League.
He's saying ever. You know, the itch isn't there anymore. Don't get me wrong, Munich's a beautiful part of the world. It really is stunning. Summer and winter.
Yeah.
You get the Alps down there. You know, in the summer it's beautiful.
There, so
nice
it's amazing,
people.
Yeah.
It's an interesting one, but he's clearly very happy, Gab.
Yeah, but he's closer to winning the Champions League, isn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Bayern Munich than he is in a club that can come here.
Well, that could be it, but he doesn't mention that. Is this a door opening to Saudi or even the USA in a few years' time, Gab? Would he do that?
I think Harry Kane's a sort of striker out that's going to want to stay in the top European league for at least another 2 or 3 seasons minimum. I'm sure he'll want to be part of the Euros as well, with England as well. I don't see him going to Saudi. I see him more of an America sort of guy with his family than going to Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
It's a shame, though, because that Premier League record, I bet Alan Shearer's buzzing, isn't he? Because I don't see Haaland staying at Man City to beat that
I was
record.
going to say, is Haaland the only current pro who could possibly catch Haaland?
I think Haaland leaves as well.
So Kane is 213, Alan Shearer's record 260. I don't know what Haaland's is, but you know, he's a machine, though. There's no doubt about it. Depends how long he stays.
How long he stays there. But I just look at these Manchester City players that are leaving. Rodri's left, hasn't he? Maybe Haaland looks at it.
Well, we
and
don't know
wants
what's
to
going to
move
happen
in the
this year.
future.
It's a good question. We're going to talk about that tomorrow, City. Let's get more on this now and say a very good morning to two-time FA Cup winner with Spurs, a well-travelled man as well as former Brighton, Forest, Newcastle boss, Chrissy Houghton. Chrissy, morning, Chris.
Morning, Chrissy.
Good morning, Al. Good morning, Abby. How are you?
Okay, mate.
Chris, I was talking about just earlier. Did you say Abby there? Did he call you Abby?
Abby, yeah.
Yeah. Abigail.
I'll take that.
Oh, did I call? Oh,
It's okay, mate.
Oh no,
my
that
apologies, Gabby.
Chrissy, that could stick, couldn't it, Abby?
I don't mind it, mate. It's a very beautiful name. Short for Abigail.
Chrissy, just before we get stuck into Harry, how was they tell me it was a lovely trip down to the training ground where De Zerbi was very welcome the ex-Tottenham players to see how it is, to see the training ground, to meet the players, the current players. They tell me it was a lovely day.
Yeah, Al, yes, it was, and they invited 20 of the ex players, which ranged from Pat Jennings and Phil Bill that played in
Brilliant.
the sort of late 60s, early 70s to probably the more recent player of Jermaine Defoe. So
yeah,
really nice opportunity to watch training where obviously a lot of those individuals that we spoke about hadn't been down to. Really good lunch, very casual. No big speeches, but an opportunity to mix and speak with the head coach, De Zerbi, and the players, and it was really nice.
Chrissy, with Spurs, a lot of people are we getting overexcited after last year's disaster, but thankfully staying up? A lot of people think Tottenham are really, really going to be top six. Is that too much to ask for, or are you happy with the business that's been done so far?
No, I think happy with the business, and I can understand the optimism because of the players that have been brought in are, very good players. But particularly in midfield, I think with Tonali and Fernandes, two really good age players, and probably in a club where in the last couple of seasons, there've been so many injuries. I think what has been important is to bring in players that you think are structurally fit players that can play a lot of games. So, I can understand the optimism. I have a little bit of caution. This is a team and a club still that in the last couple of seasons finished in 17th place, and still some of those injuries, the likes of your Solankis and your Kuduses and Madisons, are still probably not 100%, and still just that little issue. I think that creative player, with a Madison or a Siemens that's still injured. So I understand the optimism, and can I see top six? Yes. But still a little bit of caution. I think it's a club that needs to build, as opposed to one season.
Chrissy, sorry, Gab.
No, carry on.
I was just going to talk about Brighton, Chrissy. Brilliant season last year. I'm just looking at Brighton's start here, Chris. It's a tough start. Villa home, Chelsea away, Leeds home, Coventry away, then Arsenal away. Brighton, if they could do what they've done last year, it'd be fantastic.
Yeah, but they seem to find a way. I think Danny Welbeck, I think, will be a big miss. Yeah, I think it'll be a big miss. And, you're looking at Lewis Dunk, who's their real sort of experienced player. And, he missed some games last season, which is unusual for him. So I think that they seem to have this, transition every single season where they lose top players. It also looks like Baliba possibly might be going as well, but they seem to find a way. They have a structure at the club that bring in these new players, encourage them to develop around really good management, but they seem to find a way.
Chris, I think you're spot on there about losing Welbeck. Van Heck as well being missed, weren't he? Very good centre-half, and you add Baleba into that. But they brought in some decent players, haven't they? I like Pascal Struijk from Leeds. He's a player that has played in the Premier League with Leeds, and he's strong, tough centre-half, reliable. Also, Luka Vuskovic from Spurs, young centre-half, but £46 million. He's going to be a starter as well. Ferguson's back. He needs to step up, doesn't he? Because apart from Rutter, he's the only striker. I know they've brought in promised David on loan as well. He played for Canada at the World Cup. But these strikers have to turn up, don't they? Because Danny Welbeck was the go-to man last season.
Yeah, he was a go-to man. And of course, they lost João Pedro the season before that. Both sort of top Premier League strikers. So I think that is an area. Rutter is probably one of those ones. If I look at his the period of time that he's been there, he probably hasn't reached the heights that they would like him to, or he would. But he's a very, very talented player. So I think that the goals, I think probably Ferguson with the injuries that he's had, you would look at that team and think, where are the goals going to come from? But I would expect them to still do some business, I think, certainly before the end of this window.
Chrissy, I know it's hard to say, but is Arsenal still the team to catch this year?
I think so, Al. I think the quality that they had last season, and it looks like that they're still adding to their squad. I read about potentially Konza, which for Gabby won't be particularly good news, but which I think is a shame. I know we're talking about Tottenham and Brighton, but certainly with you there, Gabby, I think with what Villa have done last couple of seasons to be losing so many of the good players. But I think Arsenal
Chris, I think as well though, like Arsenal, I think are going to win the league favourites, but they're going to have a lot more tougher games in the sense of Spurs are better now. Spurs owe their fans, don't they? The players. Can you go and win a derby game against Arsenal? Chelsea are better as well. Manchester United. It's going to be some more tough games for Arsenal still.
Yeah, but my only feeling with Arsenal is that, with what they've got, they've been so consistent. They're still looking to add, and I think probably if you look at the options, those that can win it, your Liverpools and your Man Cities, there are all some issues around them teams. So I think at Arsenal, what they have got at the moment, they have got that stability.
Yes.
They are looking still to bring in new players, and Gabby, you're right. If for them it's probably can they go that one step forward with this Champions League?
Yeah.
But I see them as, for me, very much as the favourites again.
Definitely.
Brilliant, Chrissy. Great to talk again.
Thank you, mate. Thank you, Chris.
Chris Hughton there.
No,
Okay.
Al, Gabby, thank you.
Two-time FA Cup winner with Spurs and former Brighton manager Chris Hughton. By the way, just thinking as well, if he's listening, Tony Galvin has not been well. Tony, if you're listening, keep well, mate. Keep well. He was a tough player, Tony Galvin. Great on that left-hand side.
Why do you think Jamie O'Hara didn't get the shout for this meal?
I've no idea.
Any reasons why?
Well, Jamie's
top player for Spurs, isn't he?
Harsh on Tottenham, isn't he?
Oh, okay. So he's upset the club, has he?
I don't know, Gab. I don't know. Still to come on breakfast.
Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. Spend £100 or more in-store or online as a trade account holder and you could win a brand new Ford Ranger. T's and C's apply.
When your tires are flat, Aston Villa. Let's get in there.
Gabby will be revealing his Villa starting 11 for the Sunday's clash against Brighton. It will, of course, be without Konza, who's expected to sign for the Arsenal. By the way, talking about Brighton, Brighton's Conference League trip to Tromsø is live on talkSPORT 2 tonight, 6 p.m. Playoff round, first leg, okay? That's tonight, live, talkSPORT 2, 6 p.m. Right, 03717223344. If you disagree with Gabby about Villa's PSR problems, come and take him on. We'd love to hear from you. That was our breakfast preview with Travis Perkins.
Just wait and see.
Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. Want to win a brand new Ford Ranger? Just spend £100 or more using your Travis Perkins trade account to enter into the draw. T's and C's apply.
Danny, when you look at it, United in that fairly congested midfield area, say Baliba comes through the door, Tielemans is there, Santos, Mainu, Bruno Fernandes. Well, it's going to be a mighty old force in midfield, is it not?
It looks a very strong group of players, all giving little different parts of what you want. a far cry, really, from what we've seen over the last couple of years. United struggling in midfield areas. And I think we're talking about one of the biggest clubs in the world. They'll be looking to try and compete for the Premier League and the Champions League in the next couple of years. Of course they will. That's the aim of a club like Manchester United. So you need at least 5, when you think about it, in the middle of the park, who are going to be pushing each other, especially if they play a 3. You know, Bruno's probably the one standout, you say, in all the big games he's going to play.
Yeah.
He's got great durability anyway, and he's the game changer, the match winner, the creative force, the goals. I would imagine for me, out of the others, I mean, Santos, Baliba, both young lads, both got more to come. Tielemans is more rounded, more ready to take that on. I think Tielemans.
Where's it leave Menu? A lot of people asking me to ask you that.
Well,
and what's your ideal starting 3?
I think that would depend a lot on where they're at when they come in and how they adapt to the pressure and expectation of being at Man United, because that's never easy. I think initially he might go Tielemans, Bruno and Menu, because Menu knows what the manager wants already. I think Baliba will become one of the main men.
This is literally Premier League football drama at its absolute best.
Oh
my Gabriel!
I can't watch this. He's definitely saw it, Nez.
Messi!
No!
Yes! Come on! Get in it!
What was that?
You see this crap every single game in the Premier League.
Oh, this is
no goal.
That was embarrassing.
Okay, 10 minutes to 8 o'clock, talkSPORT breakfast with me, Alan Brazil and Gabby Agbonlahor. Right, what do we know this Thursday morning? Okay, let's start at United. Marcus Rashford says he wants to play football without his name being mentioned every day. Strange thing to say, isn't it?
Yeah, just ignore it. That's
Rashford was replying to Gary Neville after he tried to start a conversation about him on a podcast. Marcus,
you can't.
You enjoyed last year, Marcus, at the brilliant Barcelona. You're now back to United. Listen, one stage you were brilliant there. Just concentrate and get back to that. I don't care
You've
what
got to
people
switch
say.
off from what anyone says about you in the media
Yes.
as a player, Al.
He's an Altrincham boy, isn't
Yeah,
he?
you've got to
Withenshaw.
But you've got to ignore it and just go and play your football. Why are you looking at these podcasts?
No, I know.
So, yeah.
Well, that's the problem with social media. He's got to just focus, concentrate.
Exactly.
Get a good start to the season and set for then a welcome.
Exactly. Spot on.
Right, okay. Find out whether Marcus starts for United on the opening day when Manchester United head to Hull City Saturday lunchtime. It's live and exclusive right here on talkSPORT. Okay.
Game.
Arsenal have agreed a deal worth more than 50 million. Sorry, Gab, to sign Villa defender Konza. Is that about right? 50
No,
million?
I don't. I think they've got a very good deal there. But the problem is 2 years left on his contract. He's been travelling now every day for 7 years. Concert. He's a London lad. He didn't live in Birmingham.
Oh, really?
No, he didn't move to Birmingham. He's been travelling, so it suits him. They're going to double his money probably, but I think Aston Villa could have got at least 65, 70 million. But with add-ons, I think it will get to 60.
So 2 years left, the alarm bells ring, do they?
Yeah, because 2 years left on your contract, and if he
Like
says
2 weeks here and the alarm bells are silent. Huh? 2 weeks here. Oh, really? Your contract's up, isn't it?
Don't make me laugh.
Right, Davy Moyes and Everton get their season underway at the Hill Dickinson on Saturday afternoon versus Palace. Some people are still saying, "Oh, Davy's got embarrassing." I don't get it, me. Defender Jared Braithwaite was speaking yesterday and was asked if he's enjoyed working under David.
Yeah, it's been good. It's been really good. You know, him and his staff are brilliant, and you know, especially for me as a younger defender. You know, I have meetings through the week on different things we can work on, and you know, to improve me as a player. So yeah, it's been really good working under them.
There you go, Braithwaite there. Gab, will Everton be forever stuck in mid-table? Is it all about finance or lack of with Everton?
Yes, I think they will. I think it's very hard now, Alan, to try and challenge that top six, because if you do, the rules go against you, which I'm sick of talking about.
Yeah. Right, there you go. For the full Jared Braithwaite, for you Toffees out there, interview will be played out in full on the mid-morning show tomorrow. We'll also catch up with Everton superfan Tony Bellew after 9 a.m. Right now, time for our next coffee break.
The Costa Coffee Break on talkSPORT, sponsored by Costa Express. Ground beans, fresh milk, real signature taste.
Stick a load of singles in there and then they fall in love.
Of course it's hard. It's supposed to be hard.
A 36-year-old, you'll have the knockers, you will.
Just because it's offering its teat, do I really have to muscle on that?
Is there anything in your personal life that could be causing you stress, sir?
I'm not a great lover.
Hello. Oh. What's your name?
Sarah Louise.
Sarah Louise. Fuck, you're up for it, aren't you?
I was in love at the time. That's what I was doing.
At the time.
Okay, same old chestnut again. Laura's back with us. Laura, what you guys chuckling away there? You can't remember this tune, can you?
Yeah.
I can't remember it, but I always laugh when that little package comes on.
Yeah.
It's a real highlight.
I'll say them things, Al.
What?
The things that you said on there.
Of course you can.
Of course you can. This isn't the BBC. Say whatever you want. Yes, this is Transfer Tinder, the part of the programme where we do some matchmaking. So,
what do you think of Tinder?
What do I think of Tinder?
Yeah.
As a married woman, I don't really have an opinion on it, to be honest.
No opinion?
I did use it when it first came out, 2013.
Why?
Went on a Tinder date. Why did I use it? It was to meet someone. What else?
Gabby,
I'm just wondering about
youngsters now. They don't meet each other in bars and
That's what I
wine
mean.
bars
Why
and
not?
pubs. They
Go
don't.
to a bar, you have a drink, and you talk to each other, you chat each other up. What's happened to those days?
We're swiping left and right, unfortunately.
Gabby, it's talking about chatting people up. I can't imagine you chatting.
I was going to say, sorry, did you?
Babe?
Yeah, you definitely did.
Gabby, you must run on Tinder. And then they hear you speak and think, oh, see you later.
Yeah, can you imagine?
You want darling? Do you want to
Giving it everything on the Tinder. Where's me granola?
Do you eat granola?
Yeah. Yeah, no, thank you. Right then, sorry. Yes, we are swiping right if we like this match, left if we don't. Starting off in North London, two's a crowd and Spurs are feeling greedy. They're flirting with both Savinho and Marmoush for a combined £150 million from Manchester City. Could this be the cherry or cherries on top of a rather promiscuous summer of spending for Spurs?
Yeah, I'd go right. I'd have a go with them. Yeah, absolutely.
You'd have a go?
I would. After last season, why not? Spend. Yeah. You can't have that again.
I like that phrase, I'll have a go. Yeah, I'll have a go as well.
Add that to the package.
Yeah.
I'll have a go.
Why not? I'll have a go.
Well, all right. Is it swinging right?
Swinging? Oh, that's a different app.
Swinging. Easy, yeah.
Different app. I'll tell you that.
Swing left or swing right.
Really? Gabby, you need a crane to swing you these days.
All right.
Sorry.
It's 5 to 8 and we're talking about swinging. Here we go. Next up, out with...
Sorry.
We'll swing on to the next one.
Yeah.
Out with the X, in with the next. Villa looking to move on from Ezri Konsa with Chelsea's Tosin or AC Milan's Fikayo Tomori. Tosin has been stripped, and not in the good way, of his squad number, while Tomori's Dolce Vita in Italy has become not particularly dolce at all. Could either be the one to heal Villa's heartbreak and cheer up Gabby Agbonlahor?
You know what? This is one where you're probably looking at the app and you're like, it's not everything I wanted, but you'll do.
You'll give it a go. Yeah, you'll do.
You'll do for a short term. You'll do.
Yeah.
Not long-term relationship, but you'll do for now.
Do you think that's how your wife looked at you?
Yeah.
You'll do.
Yeah.
You'll do.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm swinging left. No, I'm not having it. I think it's a massive blow, Konza. I really do. I think they should have done everything to keep him.
Agreed.
Okay, final one then. Paul Pogba is unlucky in love again. AC Monaco have called time on their relationship after just a year, leaving the 33-year-old in search of another club. Do we think any of the Premier League clubs are eyeing the Italian across the bar and maybe sending a few drinks his way?
Barge pole comes to mind. Don't touch him with a barge pole.
I think the problem is his injury record is why I think it's been terminated. He had a year left at Monaco. So I think they've agreed to terminate maybe because of his injury problems, another injury. So for the physicality of the Premier League, I don't think it makes sense.
And by the way, let's be honest, at one stage he was some player.
Top, yeah.
So I'm not belittling him. I
Yeah.
just think,
33 now, yeah.
His best days are way beyond him now.
Absolutely agree.
Some of the antics he's got up to, not for me. No, not for me.
He could be on Tinder if there's one for slightly older people. Senior Tinder. Yeah. 33 years old.
I'm interested.
Over the hill.
I'm interested in your Tinder date though. Back in the day, what was it like when you got the?
So I actually went on a few.
Oh.
Careful, because your husband might be listening.
He might be. He's not listening.
okay.
He's not listening. I went on a few.
Any good or?
Do you know what? I actually had one person that I matched with who was pretending to be Tottenham's Nasser Chadli. Do you remember him?
Yes.
Yeah.
Winger.
Yeah. I had someone pretending to be him. Yeah.
Oh, you turned up. Who was it?
Well, I didn't turn up because I thought I'm not dating a Spurs player.
Oh, okay.
I'm also not dating someone pretending to be a Spurs player.
I like that. I
had a few. The problem with Tinder is that you can, and all these apps, you can change your photos a little bit. You can lie about your height. So, just be careful out there, everyone.
Well, they said a 6'5" and you get there with these 5'2".
Yeah, I think lots of men have a very interesting idea of what 6 foot is, put it that way. But yeah, be careful out there, whether you're Tindering or swinging.
Okay, yeah.
Oh,
swinging.
Oh, remember that.
Oh, what's swinging?
I've no idea, guys. Right, coming up, Laura, thank you. 2 minutes to 8 o'clock. What we got? That's all thanks to our friends at Costa Express. Any stopping Arsenal next season? We'll ask Adrian Durham. We'll ask Adrian Durham that next.
He'll know.
The Costa Coffee Break on talkSPORT, sponsored by Costa Express. Ground beans, fresh milk, real signature taste.
VAR, as we know, there have been so many mistakes, so many errors with VAR.
Who let hammer
Let alone
us?
without VAR.
The fact of the matter is, getting back to your point, you can't,
so many more decisions right than wrong.
but you cannot have VAR for no matter what game it is within the same tournament. You can't have it for one game and not have it for others.
Right.
It's as simple as that.
EFL fans, okay. White and Jordan coming up, swamp them. Swamp them with text telling them that you do not want VAR in the EFL.
And should they want it in the Championship playoff final because they've got it?
You can't have it if you've not had it in the tournament before.
But they have it. They use it. They shouldn't use it in the Championship playoff final.
If it's used
the most lucrative game in football.
If it's used in...
If you two had your way, in that game with no VAR, a dodgy goal could send the wrong team up.
Correct, because that's
Jim,
life.
That's fine.
Jim, you know what?
I don't think it's good, but it's life.
So you two are happy to support a flawed system.
There is not one...
But it's a flawed system if you have VAR in it.
but not have it for the rest of the
And
tournament.
there is not one football fan out there who cares that it's the most lucrative game in football. All they care about seeing
they
their
do,
team
Jeff.
win
They do.
and get. No,
They like the money
don't.
that comes with
The
it.
Football. No, fans don't care.
This
Fans
is
want to see their team
unbelievable.
promoted. That's all they care about. No fan goes
Why
to
do you
Wembley and
two
think,
not see
"Oh
them
my
watching
goodness,
here?"
think of the money we can make out of this." Of course they don't.
All right.
People, football
There's
fans,
a winning goal, winning off his fists, but who cares? The goal stands.
football fans, generally speaking, Jim, will more than accept honest mistakes.
Tyson Fury, Floyd Mayweather, Canelo Alvarez. Just hearing these names makes you think money and the hundreds of millions of dollars, pounds or Saudi riyals in boxing. But that's at the top. At the bottom, it isn't quite the same. Even for those on the rise, there's not an awful lot of cash in the boxing world. And if you're just starting out, well, it can be a very costly exercise indeed. But don't take my word for it. Here's the former European champion, talkSPORT's Spencer Oliver.
You're turning professional and you're boxing, let's say, York Hall on a non-televised fight. You have to sell tickets to earn any money, but you have to cover the wages of your opponent as well. So if you don't have the ability to be able to sell enough tickets, you effectively have to pay to fight.
A far cry then from Jake Paul facing Mike Tyson in 2024, when the purse was reported to be around £48 million. But the vast amounts of cash lining the top dog's pockets isn't the norm in a typical fight.
Let's say you're lucky and you get between 5 and 10 grand. You're going to get 10 grand max for that. 10% goes to the trainer, 25% goes to the manager. Then we've got the tax man to pay as well. So we're cutting that money in at least half. So now you've got 5 grand for a 10-week camp. So you're talking about a guy here earning, he might be clearing 500 quid a week. How do you support a family on that? So boxers chase the dream. And, you know, there's probably 2% of them that actually make it.
So say you do make it and you start to rise up the ranks. Strikers Boxing, a training academy, says the mid-tier fighters can earn more, somewhere between £10,000 and £50,000 a fight, depending on record, profile, opponent and popularity of weight class. It's only at the top level does the real cash start flowing in, with the top-tier professionals, i.e. those going for titles, earning 6 figures a fight. Something else you'll have heard of is the terms prize fighter or journeyman. A prize fighter is, as it sounds, someone who picks up fights where they can and gets a nice big check if they win. Journeymen are the fighters who take on up-and-comers, effectively used for experience in the ring. Even if they're going up against the real prospects, a young Anthony Joshua, for example, these guys will be lucky to earn more than 10 grand. So the average boxer isn't as rich as you'd think.
All right, Abby?
I'm all right, yeah. No. Don't start. Don't start, please.
8:05, talkSPORT breakfast with me, Alan Brazil, and
Abriel.
Oh, no, I'm just looking at my script here. I've got Ali McCoy. Steady, that was yesterday, you numpty. And Arnold Clark's deal drop. Get the new car feeling without the new car price. Discover some of the biggest savings and find your next car today. God, that's your perfume again. I've got the sniffs again. You've just walked in.
No, you're on about the temperature. Listen, it's nice and cold.
Lots in the way for you this morning. We'll continue to discuss Rashford's little swipe at Gary Neville after effectively agreeing with Jamie Carragher that it's time to stop talking so much about the returning Manchester United forward. And Gabby or Abby will be picking his Villa 11 for Sunday's game against Brighton.
Big game.
They will, of course, be without Konsa, who is set to undergo a medical at the Arsenal. Didn't know that. You told us earlier, Gab, that Konsa was travelling every day.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Yeah, that
I'm surprised they put up with that.
Yeah, I'm sure Lucas Digne was as well. I know. I'm surprised.
A lot of
as well.
managers would say no.
No way.
No.
I'm surprised that as well, but it's very common. Yeah, very
Is
odd.
it really?
That's not good for you.
Put the power players
In the back of a car and you're there 2 hours, traffic.
It's not natural.
No, don't like it.
Right, now, finally, here we go. The Premier League is back on your radios tomorrow night.
Love kick starts again.
So good to have the Premier League back. We love football as much as you do.
Love kick starts again.
Headed in by Havertz, and Arsenal take the lead at the Emirates Stadium.
I don't think it's going to be easy. What they need to do, though, is home in on domestic dominance.
Docker with a low ball in, and Haaland will score.
No Chelsea, no City in the top four for the first time in 10 years.
No City. Wow.
Chesko to his left, he comes in field, and he slams it home.
And you have made huge strides. I would think getting in the Champions League would be a success for Michael.
Brentford and Brighton. They will finish in the top six, those two.
Well, here's a ball over the top, and Isak's in on goal here. Going to pull the trigger now, and finds the bottom corner. Cole Palmer with another wonderful goal. Left-footed shot, what a hit, what a goal. Radoni.
It's a really special story here.
Coventry are champions. Ipswich are back in the Premier League.
There's enough clubs with a bit of jeopardy about them that it's not just going to be the same as the usual 3 up, 3 down.
Oh, the Premier League, we've missed you.
And the love kick starts again.
Yes, that's right. 92 days on from Arsenal being crowned Premier League champions. The Premier League is very, very much back. Champions Arsenal kick off the season against newly promoted Coventry City tomorrow night, live and exclusive on talkSPORT. Kick-off 8 p.m. Marcus Arteta spoke to talkSPORT yesterday at the Premier League launch and was asked about the challenge that Coventry will bring.
The first game is always really special for everybody. You have a long preparation. You're going into the detail of absolutely everything about the opponent. You have time to do it, and then it's time to show it on the pitch. So, yeah, we can't wait. I know the atmosphere is going to be absolutely crazy on Friday night at the Emirates, and unless you that play with that energy, with that conviction, and make sure we are at the top at the end of the game.
Yeah, the Sky Blues will take their full allocation at the Emirates. Don't worry about that. Right, okay. To celebrate the return of the Premier League, let's say a very good morning to talkSPORT's voice of live football, Adrian Dunham. Morning, Adrian.
Morning, Adrian.
Alan, Gabby, very good morning to you. It is Premier League Eve. Cannot wait to be at the Emirates tomorrow night to watch two champions. It's not just the Premier League champions, Arsenal, but the champions of the second tier, Coventry City. And many people think Coventry will actually have enough to stay up, but it's going to be a tough one. It's a huge gap.
You could have been a Coventry fan. Posh is Peterborough's not far from Coventry, is it?
Mate, don't insult me.
It's not that far.
I don't care how far it is. There's only one club for me. I've got the shirt in the background from the 1970s, for heaven's sake.
That's the last time you won away from home. Right, let's start with your favourite subject, Adrian. The champions, Arsenal. How far ahead of the rest of the league are they? Is it a two-horse race or Arsenal clear favourites?
Well, I just had a little bit of a chuckle to myself because anybody who's just watching that little clip on the talkSPORT YouTube channel of Mikel Arteta with Alex Crook would see just how relaxed Mikel Arteta was. He was virtually horizontal. This is a guy who's won the title, so he can relax because that has gone now. He's done that. He's ticked that off. But it feels like it's going to be so easy. In fact, on Monday night's kickoff show, I said that I believe that Arsenal will break the record for the points gap at the top of the table come the end of the season. They won't just win the title, they'll win it by miles. I think it could be a 20-plus points.
Is that because their signings have been that good, or the pressure is off, or is it a case of City are in disarray at the moment?
I think it's a bit of both. Their signings have been really smart. When you think we're on the eve of the season, and he might even be a little bit worried about Unai Emery. I don't know. He might be a bit worried about him. Why he possibly tried to unsettle Morgan Rogers, who ended up going to Chelsea. Why he's now unsettling Ezri Konsa to the point where Ezri Konsa is going to move to Arsenal. So he's basically weakening Villa. So he might have seen those as a threat, but they're not anymore.
No.
Manchester City got a new manager who nobody believes is going to do what Pep did. Nobody believes City are going to win the title. I don't think anyway. No, well, I think Ali does, Ali McCoy's, but I think he's in a small minority. Liverpool 25-point gap to make up. Man United won't have 40 games. They'll have far more this season.
Yeah.
Chelsea can't go from 10th to 1st. There literally is no competition for the Arsenal. They were so good last season and they've strengthened this season. So I can only see one winner.
Adrian, what about the bottom of the table? Do you think the three that come up will go down? I don't think so. I think a team like Fulham could be in danger this season with a new manager.
Yeah, I think Fulham are in trouble. Arbeloa is totally unproven. It was a big mess at Real Madrid. So, I mean, they've made some signings that I'm intrigued by, but I've got no confidence, like Gonzalo Garcia from Real Madrid, who scored goals for Real Madrid in La Liga last season. But I've got no confidence that these guys are going to hit the ground running, form a team. What Arbeloa's big job is to get games out of those big signings. So Garcia cost 30+ million. Oscar Bob cost a lot of money. Kevin on the wing cost a lot of money. Emil Smith-Rowe still hasn't delivered despite costing a lot of money. So if you can get a big game out of those big signings, they may be able to stay up. But I've got them going down with Ipswich Town, and Hull City as well. I think Hull City's, if they stay up, I think that's one of the biggest Premier League miracles ever, because from their base, where the previous season they were going to go down, and now they're in the Premier League. I think it's an incredible story, but it's just going to be too much for them, surely.
Just a quick one, last one, Adrian. Chelsea. What do you make of Chelsea?
I think they're going to be exciting to watch going forward. They've probably got the best front three in the Premier League, and they've got backups for that as well. Defensively, they've still got Robert Sanchez in goal, unless the young lad Penders goes in. I think they're struggling at centre half, and it looks like they may be playing three at the back under Gabby Alonso. So I can't see them challenging, but I think they'll be a joy to watch at times this season. There'll be a lot of people's guilty pleasure, Chelsea. I'm excited to see Morgan Rogers, Cole Palmer, João Pedro up front. That could be thrilling.
I'd like to see Palmer perform.
Yes, agreed. Adrian, what do you think of Marcus Rashford's comments about Gary Neville basically saying, keep my name out your mouth?
Listen, Marcus Rashford can't stop people talking about him. I mean, it's pointless wasting his energy on stuff like that. All he needs to do is play. We know, I love Marcus Rashford when he's on form. I think for England, he's been superb. I think at Barcelona, there were moments last season, but they didn't want him. So he's got to show everybody that Barcelona were wrong. Yes. He's got to show, I think he's got a great opportunity at Man United, Premier League and Champions League. Get back there, get your head down, show us what a brilliant footballer you are, because we need this player. You know, firing on all cylinders for England. Yeah. And he's got goals in him. He's got a game in him. He's got pace as well. I just want to see him play.
Yeah, Adrian, I'm with you on that. Adrian, thank you. Enjoying the start of the season. TalkSport's voice of live football there, Adrian Dunham. Now, the wait is almost over. Premier League returns to TalkSport tomorrow with two huge games to kick off the new season. Friday night, 8 o'clock, Arsenal Cov, live on TalkSport. Then on Saturday lunchtime, Hull against Manchester United, live from 12:30. The Premier League is back this weekend, and it's live on TalkSport. A bit of breaking news before we break. Max Verstappen has signed a new deal at Red Bull. There you go. Okay, 8:13.
Mo's phoned us up, Liverpool fan. Right, Mo?
100% coward. Where you been?
Kenny, I'm Reggie.
How are you, Mo? Where you been?
Where you been? Hey, I've been busy.
Oh, of course you have. Where you been? What you been up to?
It's like you, Jimmy G. Where have you been? You've not been here for a while, and neither has Candy. I mean, Candy's been trying to get his hair like growing, but he's looking quite smart, Candy.
Yeah, it's come back,
Candy.
mate. Back. The hair is back. Everything's...
Are you going to be talking
Candy,
guff this season,
Yeah.
Mo?
What are you doing this season, Mo?
Listen to that. Look, I've been listening to talkSPORT all day, and obviously been hearing the ex-pundits. I mean, what is this about Arsenal going to dominate? What is Martin Keown on? What is going on? They just beat a poor City side yesterday. It was only a friendly. I mean, what's going on? Arsenal are going to dominate. There's only one team who's going to dominate this league, and that is the boys. The best team on the planet, Candy and Jimmy J. The best team on the planet. You saw them playing yesterday. Wow. You know what, Candy? I can't wait to this league to start. I am telling you, we're going to win the quad, Candy. Quad, Candy.
There it is. There it is.
The quad.
The quad's back out.
Quad back.
Listen, well, come on. No, look. Why you got music? Why are you putting laughter track on, right? Look, let's be honest here, right?
Mo, listen,
Candy,
let's talk about your mob,
Candy,
right?
You shut up, yeah?
Let's talk about your mob.
You shut up. Candy, you shut up. You can't talk. No.
Mo, what's going on at Liverpool? What's going on, mate? What's happening at your place?
Candy, look. Candy, we're the best team on the planet.
You're not, though, are you, mate?
What the hell is going on? This is literally Premier League football drama at its absolute best.
Oh
my Gabriel!
I can't watch this. Definitely saw it next.
Messi!
No.
Guys, come on! Get in it!
What was that?
You see this crap every single game in the Premier League.
Oh, this is
No goal.
That was embarrassing.
All right, James. This is talkSPORT Breakfast with Alan Brazil and Gabby Agbonlahor. Now, you all know this tune, of course. It's Bond. What do we resonate with Bond films, Gab? Is it nice cars? Is it smart suits, pretty girls? A License to Kill and MI6 in London? But apparently, the next Bond film could be relocating out of London.
Oh.
Any guesses, Gab?
Any guesses where or who?
Yeah.
London Bridge?
No, it's out of London. It's coming out of London, you numpty.
You said London?
No, it's coming
Any
out
ideas?
of London.
Italy?
Italy?
Yeah.
No.
Where?
It's Birmingham.
Birmingham?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
The new James Bond. It's not out for a couple of years.
It's going to be Birmingham?
It could be Birmingham.
I've been telling people about Birmingham. We're the second city for a reason now.
Yeah, but what? They've had it there before, haven't they?
Have they? When?
Yeah, it was Octopussy not in Birmingham. With a snake charmer and all that. Was that
I
not
don't
Birmingham?
know. I'm not getting involved.
Who's your favourite Bond?
Oh! Listen, my favourite one now has to be Casino Royale. I love Casino Royale.
So Daniel Craig?
Yeah, Daniel Craig. I love the poker scenes.
I'll get slaughtered because I'm Scottish.
That's okay.
Sean Connery, but I thought Roger Moore was brilliant.
Yes, agreed.
I did.
Smooth.
He was suave, wasn't he?
Smooth.
But Daniel Craig was great as well. So it'll be very interesting to see who the new Bond is.
Yes, I hope they don't try and change it too much, and ruin it.
Stephen Knight. Stephen Knight's writing it, and that's where Birmingham comes in.
I hope it's one that we can.
Right, here comes the latest sporting odds with Coral.
The Coral Daily Download on talkSPORT with Coral. We're here for the fans this season. 18 plus gambleaware.org.
Oh, I was playing this.
Oh dear.
Is this the new Coral music?
That's what happens when you put pictures on social media.
Did he?
He's all loved up. Yes, it's a very good morning. Day 2 of York. Simon Clare.
Good morning, Simon.
Good morning, guys. Alan, great to have you back. Good
Thank
to speak
you.
to you. I'm not sure I put many photos on my social media. How did all this get out?
Steve-O sent me one. Yes. Yes. Sitting in a restaurant was saying, I can't remember what it said now.
Yeah.
But who's that? I thought he says, well, he's all loved up now.
Oh my God! I had a little break in Positano with my other half, and it was very romantic.
Very nice, very romantic.
Simon, if you're in love, who are we to question that, mate?
Exactly. Thank you very much,
mate.
Gabby. I know exactly. I know you're very pleased for me. Yeah, the Amalfi Coast. I have never been.
Beautiful.
I've never been to the Amalfi Coast, but oh my God, beautiful.
Stunning.
Lots of boat trips. Food was amazing. I mean, Italy's just incredible.
In the wrong job, Al.
Thank God the shares have gone up, Simon, because it's not cheap
It wasn't
to go
cheap.
there.
It wasn't cheap.
No.
That's right. It's only the 5 nights.
All of a sudden, Steve-O's going to exotic places. I used to go to Skegness and places like that. Not anymore.
No, exactly. He's upped his game to impress his new wife, I think.
Yeah.
That's probably the thing.
Sam, first of all, how was yesterday, before we crack on with today and the odds?
Yeah, I mean, great performances by Item, and we'll talk about Andrew Baldwin in a second about today's racing. But Item won the Judd Monty, beating Constitution River and Ombudsman. A bit of a shock.
Ombudsman got a strange old run, didn't he?
He did. I think. Listen, I who am I to judge? But I think he was sort of the pacemakers didn't work. He was left out the back. He came up the inside, which probably wasn't ideal. So a bit of a flat run. John Gosden blamed the ground, said it was too soft. I'm not sure the ground was that soft, but look, he's a very good horse. I think they're talking potentially about Breeders' Cup turf and maybe the Japan. So he's got some big targets ahead. Item now is 10-1 for the Arc to Triumph, as well as
I thought that yesterday. Do you know what? The way he ran on, I thought that yesterday, the Arc.
Exactly, and I mean, Andrew Baldwin's having an incredible season. And Item clearly appreciated the trip. He's got a lovely turn of foot. Maltese Cross, who actually won the Voltager, he's also 10-1 for the Arc. He was very impressive for William Haggis, beating the Derby winner Christmas Day into third. So 2 great performances yesterday. But Andrew Baldwin now has his star, that Calpana, who won the King George, running in the Yorkshire Oaks today. And she's 6-5, Al. I think she'll be very hard to beat. Very hard to beat. Minnie Hawk, obviously lovely filly for a Maiden O'Brien's 4-1. Johanna Walsh for Joseph O'Brien's the other 4-1 favourite.
By the way, how well is Joseph doing?
Just amazing. He had that small fry one yesterday. He just, whatever he sends over seems to win at the moment. Defiantly won the Goodwood handicap at Goodwood a few weeks ago. He's just having a brilliant season, Joseph. He's just a great trainer. And what I think about, whereas his dad, Aidan, trains almost primarily for the Coolmore owners and partners, Joseph O'Brien trains for everybody. The variety of colours. Literally, and all the different Australian syndicates. And he's just got, he's training for so many different owners and delivering results. He's a
lovely
brilliant
guy. I interviewed him a couple of times. Lovely guy. Right, football. On to football.
Let's talk football. We'll have a quick mention. I know. We'll talk about Premier League. There is some good European football tonight for those that are following those clubs. Brighton are away to Tromsø. They're heavy favourites. Brighton 4-7 against the Norwegian team. Rangers, who dropped out the Europa League, really disappointing. Bad start to the season for them. They are heavy favourites 4-11 against Jablonec, the Czech side tonight. They need to stay in Europe. They need to win that and then go and win the second leg and stay in the Conference League. And then we've got Motherwell, who are outsiders against Freiburg, who of course were the finalists against Villa. Gabby.
Motherwell outsiders.
Yeah, 6-1. The Freiburg are good German side.
We beat them in the final.
6-1. Oh, I'd be having a little fiver on that.
Yeah, they've started the season quite well, haven't they, Motherwell? And Hearts against Rapid Vienna, pretty much a pick 'em because Rapid Vienna are a decent, obviously Austrian outfit. And then Hibernian are away to Ghent, and they're sort of the outsiders there. But they've started well. If they can get a result against Ghent away from home, take it back to Easter Road. So those are the football tonight. But it's all about the Premier League.
Yeah. So let's start with Arsenal tonight. Tomorrow night. Excuse me. Arsenal tomorrow.
Coventry.
Right, they're 1-5. I mean, heavy favourites. 6-1 the draw, 14-1 Coventry. But you know, do you expect to be plain sailing, guys, or do you think Coventry first game?
No, it won't be plain sailing. No, Coventry will have a go.
I've got 2-1 Arsenal. I reckon.
Have you?
It's the first game for a lot of these Coventry players. They're gonna have the performance of their life. You know, the first game in the Premier League. Yeah, new signings. Frank Lampard's not a daft manager. He'll know how to set them up. I think Arsenal win, but tight game.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree. I think it's going to be tough. What do they get? I thought, well, look, I didn't put it down, but Ipswich, Sunderland, you must be excited, Al, to have Ipswich back in the Premier League. I know
Very much so. I'm down there. I'm down there a lot of games this season. I've got some tickets that I bought, and I think, I'm going to enjoy it this year. I'm worried, of course, but that's what happens when you come up to the Premier. But we've spent money. The club have got ambition. They've spent money. So hopefully we can get off to a good start. But Sunderland were just shocked people last year how well they'd done. So it's a tough start. Home to Sunderland, away to Man U, home to Liverpool.
Did you hear that, Simon? He bought them. You know, we pay for our tickets. Simon.
I know. So do I, by the way. I didn't go to Positano on expenses. I can assure you that. But look, Ipswich are actually second favourites, 7-4, 6-4 Sunderland, and 9-4 the draw. I was speaking to a Sunderland fan who did say that they had a great season last year, but they just were on fire, winning lots of games 1-0, winning games where they were, the games are even and they were nicking the results. Not easy to keep doing that. So I think. It'll be interesting to see how they fare this season, Sunderland. But
price to draw? What price to draw then?
9-4. You take a draw, would you?
Okay. I almost said right away, but we need to win games at home, especially early on. We don't want to be behind after 6 games. So I'll say we can sneak a win, but it's going to be tough.
Simon, after the performance against Manchester City in the Community Shield, have the odds favoured Arsenal even more now?
They have, yeah. I mean, I think at one point they were sort of like 13-8 for the title. After it, they went 5-4. They're now 6-5. So I think there's a lot. It's great fun listening as we build up to the different views around from pundits. Everyone seems like Adrian Durran thinks that Arsenal are going to win by a record margin. We should probably get some odds for that. Actually, thinking about it, given we're in the betting game.
Yeah.
Mental note. 7-2 Man City. They're drifting now. Obviously, everyone seems to be against Man City. Liverpool are 6-1. Chelsea. Jason Cundy thinks Chelsea can win the Premier League. They're 8-1. Well, he says so. And 9-1 Man United. And then Spurs, although no one thinks Spurs are going to win the Premier League, they're now 130 to reach the top 4 behind the likes of United, Chelsea, Liverpool, City and Arsenal. I know a lot of Spurs fans getting very excited.
Relegation, Simon, relegation.
Relegation, it's 1-6 Hull to go down.
Wow.
And it's 5-6 Coventry and 5-6 Ipswich. I'm just trying to quickly get this up.
Fulham next one, maybe.
And the next one's, you should have it in front of you and do this, actually. It's, Sunderland 7-2, then Fulham 5-1, Palace
Sunderland
6.
before
Sunderland
Fulham.
7-2. Yes, yeah. Well, as I said a few minutes earlier, maybe this is the season where it's going to be tougher to do what they did last season. I mean, I think Stuart Pearce was saying Brentford he was thinking top 6 for Brentford, was he, Stuart Pearce? 9-1 there to be relegated. Leeds 6-1, Palace 6-1. So, it's a...
But it's Arsenal to catch. What about, cricket, England? Good start, you say, Joe Root back. So is that a formality today?
I think so. I mean, interesting enough, they're 112 for 2, I think, overnight. Their predicted score is 377. So it's 10-11, 376 or below, 10-11, 377. That would give them a 200-run lead. Yeah. And so no surprise, they're 1-12 to close out this first test and give Joe Root a welcome victory, given he ended his last captaincy career with a dreadful record. I think 1 win in 17. Now he's back captaining. It'd be great to get off to a good start against not a great Pakistan side, but I mean, actually the bowling performances of Tongue and Robinson were exceptional yesterday. So they can take a lot of heart from that. And I think we should get uninterrupted play today. So that's good news.
Okay, and Kalpana the Star.
Kalpana the Star, 6-5, exactly. And I must come back to you. I mean, you were talking James Bonds, totally with you. Sean Connery. I grew up, my dad, in the 70s, just about remember the 70s. But Sean Connery was the great James Bond. But I agree, Roger Moore. I love Daniel Craig, but those two, I think, Roger Moore and Sean Connery, those of a certain age are probably listening thinking you're an old fart, Simon Clare. But go and watch some of the old classics. Diamonds Are Forever, Dr. No.
You love the romance part, don't you, of James Bond, don't you, Simon?
From Russia with Love, absolutely. Exactly. I model myself on Connery and Moore and their womanizing skills. Although I'm a very loyal man, I might point out.
Okay, Simon, I would get on the phone now to Simon and just apologise for what we've been talking about.
I think she might be listening.
A nice lunch, Simon? Nice romantic lunch for her today?
Well, I went up the Shard. Oh, God, no.
You in the Shard?
Up the Shard.
And by the way, the shard's not inexpensive.
He's only one, isn't he?
I know.
Woo! I know. I haven't got any money left. That's the only trouble. So it's going to be McDonald's and.
Nothing wrong with Big Mac.
Nothing wrong
Simon,
with that.
enjoy today, York.
Cheers,
Day
guys.
2.
Thank
Thank
you
you very
very
much. Simon Clare, find out. Right, that was a look at the latest odds with Coral. 18plusgambleaware.org. You'll get in big trouble. Coming up, we'll find out why the chunk Jamie O'Hara was forced to storm out the sports bar yet again. Tart.
That's a shambles. The Coral Daily Download on talkSPORT with Coral. We're here for the fans this season. 18plusgambleaware.org.
In the traditional thought process of who's going to challenge Arsenal, they're all in a form of transition. They're all in. Liverpool have got to rebuild.
So you telling me Arsenal will win it again?
Well, you would think that there's a distinct possibility, as Martin rightly says, nothing is easy, and neither should it be, and neither should we hope it is.
Sure.
Right? But Arsenal are in the box seat.
Yeah.
And I don't want the narrative to be seedy because he'll start crying about it. But the fact is that you don't want them to still defeat from the jaws of victory because it is theirs to win.
Sure.
They're the defending champions. They're in good nick.
Let's not get into that. Let's not get into that kind of talk.
They're in good nick.
That,
We'll get to some talk with some
narrative
Arsenal
talk
fans
was
very
there.
shortly,
The
Martin.
narrative talk last
I wanna
season.
put this to you.
4 games in last year, we're saying Arsenal had blown it. Yeah. Like, let's not get into all of that. It's theirs to blow. No. They can enjoy now. There's a new armory.
Who said that?
This is a tough. They are winners, Jim. You cannot dispute that this season.
Well, they are. But let me ask you this before we hit the 10:30 break. Arteta's next evolution are the narratives of boring Arsenal and set-piece FC now being wiped aside.
Well, I'm not sure they were there anyway. Because Arsenal, look, as I say, I didn't care if their winning goal came off
was a strong narrative
the backside
last
of
season. You know
Gabriel
that.
or not. 25 goals from set pieces. Look, whatever way they found to it, they'll be doing all of that again this year. It's every facet of their play. They'll try and pass the ball. Look how well they passed the ball yesterday when they went 2 or 3 goals up. The handbrake came off yesterday, and they got players in the final third.
Well,
that's the
what I
next
mean.
step.
Do you envisage a style change this season?
Well, I think it's a dominance check, really. They were allowed to play football yesterday. This is what you're up against, isn't it? But no, I mean, the manager wants to go to the next step. That is to control games more.
Premier League teams have got a load of crazy nicknames. Ever wondered where they came from? Some are pretty straightforward. Arsenal are the Gunners because they were founded by a group of munitions workers, and Bournemouth are the Cherries because their old stadium was built right next to a cherry orchard. Then there's Everton. They're dubbed the Toffees, but why? Well, because when the club was formed, just down the road there were 2 local toffee shops. Ipswich Town nicked their nickname off their opponents in the late 90s, Birmingham. The term Tractor Boys was chanted as a way to tease the team about their farming background, but they started using it themselves as a way to cheer on the team in victory instead. Take that, Birmingham. Let's head to Leicester, famous for more than just a red, well, orangey cheese and Jamie Vardy. Leicestershire's also the birthplace of fox hunting, hence the Foxes. Crystal Palace's nickname came from an extreme makeover. They were having a nightmare run in the 70s, and when they were relegated, their manager, Malcolm Allison, wasn't having it. I know what will make us better, he thought, a new nickname. The Strong and Deadly Eagle sounded like a pretty good bet. And there's more to that story. Brighton used Palace's nickname to inspire their own. Ooh, bird, they thought. Let's just pick a different one for us. And so, in a heated match between the two teams back in 1976, when Palace fans began chanting "Eagles, Eagles," Brighton fans had the perfect reply: "Seagulls, Seagulls." So next time the away ends chanting their crazy nickname, you'll now know exactly where it came from.
Oh, you're a scribbler these days, aren't you? What are you writing down in that book?
I'm just picking little bits of stats out, you know, looking at my Villa lineup, who's injured, who's not. Okay.
All right.
Sorry, mate.
You're scribbling away there, honest. talkSPORT Breakfast with me, Alan Brazil, Gabby Agbonlahor and Arnold Clark. Now, if you thought we'd left the Jason Cundy, Jamie O'Hara arguments about Tottenham back in last season, how wrong you are. Here's the two knuckleheads. Oh, that's a bit strong. Going at it again last night. Oh, we're just waiting for it. Oh. Right. Anyway, they're at it again.
Yeah.
They love a little.
It's that time though, isn't it?
Chat, don't they?
Because Jamie will be getting chirpy with Spurs buying all these players. Cundy will be getting chirpy.
What about Jamie's Barnett? Are you think they maybe have?
Who Cundy's?
Yeah.
I went, Al.
Did you?
Yeah, London. I went. Was it 2014? Me and my mate went, and we spoke to.
What, Marcus?
No. No. Marcus, no. He'll sue us, Al. He's threatened to sue us if we talk about Marcus. You know, he's still not my friend, thanks to you.
He's what?
I lost him as a friend because of you, for good.
Oh.
You know that, don't you?
Keep your head on, Marcus.
He hasn't spoken to me since. I went and done all the checks, but they were like, Gabby, forget about it, mate. Impossible.
No.
Because you have to have, like, the right amount of hair somewhere. Just put it on there.
On your chin. In your chin. Right, let's hear the two knuckleheads going at it.
It's not my fault. Don't stop blaming you. Honestly, you Spurs fans.
I'm not blaming you.
Stop blaming me. I'm not playing anymore.
Okay, no one cares.
I'm not Romero.
Okay, no one cares, right? But listen to me, all right?
The worst team
Can you
ever
shut up for a minute?
in Premier League history, the worst team Spurs have ever had in Premier League history was last year.
Okay.
And now you're not going to fit Champions League football.
I'm not saying we're going to win the Premier League. I'm saying we can finish in the top four. We've finished in the top four multiple times. So I'm not saying something we ain't done.
Jay. 10th.
So don't sit here and say. Don't sit here and say, we won the Premier League.
I can't believe
we finished in the top four before. We can do that again.
Jay, if I give you 10th now, you're taking it. You're taking my arm.
I'm not taking your arm off for 10th, Chase.
Both arms.
I'm not taking. I'll take your head off if you carry on talking.
Jay,
crap.
You're taking 10th. 10th, yes or no? Yes or no? Jay, yes or no? Take 10th. He's going to take 10th. He's wrong with that. You've got to take 10th. He's got 100% he's taking 10th.
He's gone.
Oh. It's like watching a scene out of Big Brother, isn't it?
Oh, hey, by the way.
You know what I mean?
Oh, Jason's Barnett's grown
Looks
back,
wild, doesn't it? It's worked. It's
He's
worked.
got a little divot at the back there. He's got to go back and
But
sort
do you think that Al, like, that it's grown that quickly back? Do you think he's added a few?
Oh, you saying that's artificial?
Maybe some of it artificial.
Do you reckon?
It's a bit shiny.
A bit like the new ppitches were a bit of plastic in it as long as grass.
Exactly. Just mix it together.
So you're going to call them plastic head?
Yeah, I don't think it's all real. Because
AstroTurf Cundy.
Yeah. 3G head. No, yeah, I don't think it's real, mate, but we'll see. But them two will argue all season.
Well, the chunk's got to stop biting, isn't he?
Well, he's got to stop walking out, Al. You know, it's not a reality TV show. Stop walking out the studio.
Well, yeah. Right, okay. Gabby, it's been a turbulent summer for the Villa. A lot of transfers coming in, going out to the club. Let's do a bit of this. Come on.
Let's get in there.
Why are we playing the Wolves song, Ed? Why are we playing Wolverhampton song? Yam Yams, yeah, it's your song, I know it is. Right, here we go.
Georgia Championship.
Morgan Rogers, Yuri Tielemans, Luca Dean have already gone. Now it looks like Konza is on his way to Arsenal. All that and the strong interest for Ollie Watkins from Saudi Arabia. I can't go there. Villa head to Brighton for their opening game this Sunday. You'll be able to get full updates for that as well. As all the other games going on this Sunday from Game Day Live with Sam Matterface on talkSPORT. Gab, right, you've got a list of Villa squad. You've been scribbling away there. A list of Villa squad in front of you. It's a new look squad. Tell me, how on earth are you going to line up on Sunday against Brighton?
I'm going to say that in a second, Al, but I can just read something out to you, Alan, because people like to talk about PSR and all this. Okay, Arsenal's, before Konsa comes in, Arsenal's net spend minus 103 million. Manchester City's plus 37. Manchester United's minus 45. Liverpool's minus 90. Chelsea's minus 189 million.
Whoa.
Spurs minus 88 million. Aston Villa's net spend plus £120 million.
Can't be right.
So Aston Villa have sold £251 million worth of players and only spend 132. This is the problem.
Is there something we don't know about? Maybe they've lined up a couple of players.
I hope
we don't know
so.
about.
I'm hoping Aston Villa are going to go and spend another 120 million to at least be net spend of zero. But anyway, after all those problems, all those players have left, I've gone with. I don't think he's going to start Martinez, no chance. I think he's done at Aston Villa. I don't think the new signing Suzuki will start straight away. So I think he might go with Bizot in goal. I think he'll go with Matty Cash at right back, Lindelof and Torres as your centre halves, and Martson at left back. Midfield's the problem, Al. Kamara's back, fantastic player, but alongside him, Gomez picked up an injury in the Super Cup. I don't think he's available. So it's out of Bogard and Barkley to maybe play centre midfield with Kamara. On that left-hand side, we don't know if Garnacho is fully fit yet after his injury, so I'd go with Hemmings, the young lad, done very well on that left-hand side against PSG. On the right-hand side, I will probably go with Alisson. Because of numbers, the young Brazilian will play maybe on the right-hand side. Then, as a number 10, I'm going to go with Buendia because Manzambi, we don't know his fitness. He missed the Super Cup as well. And then there's a striker crisis, Alan. Tammy Abraham, injured. Young lad, the 17-year-old, Maggio, injured. Ollie Watkins, where's his head at? Is his head available to start? We don't know.
He's got to play.
So if Ollie Watkins isn't available because of the reasons, maybe a move to Al Hilal or wherever it is in Saudi Arabia, maybe your only option then is John McGinn as a false nine.
Oh, no.
There's no other.
In the hole, yeah, but not a false nine.
Where else are you going to play him?
Nah, Ollie's got to play.
I agree, but he's not played any football this pre-season, so it's a bit of a striker crisis for Aston Villa, and they need players in. They need a right back. Let's talk about Wan-Bissaka coming in. That'd be a good signing.
Yeah, he's
from
good,
West
good
Ham.
Defender.
Need a top centre half to come in to replace Konsa. Another centre midfielder, another winger, another striker.
Yeah.
There's so much work for Aston Villa still to do.
Well, it doesn't sound good listening to you, Gab.
mate.
Villa's first 5 games: Brighton away, Arsenal home, Hull away, Forest home, Tottenham away.
Tough.
Right, so, oh dear. Right, still to come on breakfast.
Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. Spend £100 or more with a Travis Perkins trade account and you could win a brand new Ford Ranger. T's and C's apply.
Everton fans, are you getting excited about this season? But none other more than this man.
Up the toffees.
Yeah, absolutely. Everton, Davy Moyes, leave him alone.
I know.
The big toffee, Tony Bellew, will be joining us a bit later on to speak in a big few months coming up, and boxing in particular. Wow, some great fights. Next up, it's time for Marcus Rashford to ignore all of the outside noise. He's getting sick of it all. Just do your talking on the pitch, Marcus. That was our breakfast preview. We're good friends at Travis Perkins.
Up the toffees.
Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. Spend £100 or more at any Travis Perkins Hire or Benchmarks branch as a trade account holder and you could win a brand new Ford Ranger. T's and C's apply.
May as well get to it. Arsenal in advanced talks to sign Ezri Konsa from Aston Villa. Apparently Konsa has agreed personal terms, is that right?
Yeah, I think that's been the case for a while. When you looked at Arsenal's list of defensive targets, I think Ezri Konsa has always been very much number one priority. Obviously going to be disappointing for Aston Villa to lose another of their key men from last season. Morgan Rogers having been sold to Chelsea, Yuri Tillemans to Manchester United, and Luca Digne to PSG. So it has been a bit of a fire sale at Villa Park this summer. Emi Martinez could be on his way out as well, although that move to Juventus broke down. I'm intrigued to see what the final fee will be, because I think Arsenal's initial offer was well short of the 60 million that Villa were initially holding out for. So intrigued to see how close Arsenal get to that fee. But you can understand the reason that Arsenal are going for Ezri Konsa. He's got that versatility. He can play at right back if needed. He can play at centre back alongside Gabriel while William Saliba is out injured. And I think he might miss quite a chunk of the season with that back injury suffered at the World Cup. And he's someone who's Premier League ready, much like Bruno Guimaraes. He won't need a bedding in period. So I think this is another really positive move for the champions. I make Arsenal big favourites to retain that title.
And so do you, Danny. Although it pains you to say it, so do you. You think, yeah, with the way it's looking, Arsenal to retain it.
Yeah, I mean, there's a mixture of reasons. Obviously, the quality they've got, but the confidence that win will give them, and just the stability of the same manager, the same core of players. They've not lost any of their best players, and they're just adding more quality.
Premier League football drama at its absolute best.
Oh
my Gabriel!
I can't watch this. He's definitely scoring this.
Messi!
No!
Guys, come on! Get in it!
What was that?
You see this crap every single game in the Premier League.
Oh, this is
out. No goal.
No.
That was embarrassing.
Okay, talkSPORT Breakfast with Arnold Clark, the perfect time to upgrade your car. Get 2 years free servicing when you buy a used car on the upgrade event. Check it out online. Gabby's alongside me. Right, what do we know this Thursday morning? Good news, Formula One. Red Bull fans, Max Verstappen has signed a new contract at Red Bull, keeping him at the team until 2030, ending all speculation about his future. In his previous deal, he was free to leave the team at the end of the season. I still think he's the best driver.
Definitely.
Give him a car to match any other car he wins. England will resume on 112 for 2 on day 2 of the second test against Pakistan. Yesterday saw the host bowl the tourists out in emphatic style for just 171, with both Josh Tong and Ollie Robinson picking up 5 wickets each. Remember when Danny Murphy went viral during the World Cup, revealing an unfortunate incident regarding a previous cat of his and a Royal Mail van. Murphy opened up on becoming a social media sensation on yesterday's White and Jordan show. But first, let's remind ourselves, what did he say?
He used to have a cat called Bob. The game's not that bad. Yeah, he jumped in the back of a Royal Mail van and we lost him.
We have a double substitution for Norway.
Sad, really.
Alexander
Anyway.
Well, firstly, it's nice to be appreciated, isn't it, for the good analysis and all the hard work I've done on the teams, the formations, the players, the hours of effort you dedicate to your job. No, it was just one of those things that the game wasn't very good. We were chatting away. Oscar Bob came off the bench and it just came out, and then it went on and on.
What was Postman Pat's? What was his cat called again?
know.
Remember? Postman Pat and his little black cat.
Early in the morning.
I thought he was joking there. He's clearly
He's not.
Oh dear.
I think you've done an advert for it as well,
Yeah,
hasn't he?
You've never had any pets, have you?
No, I'm not a pet person, me, mate. No.
Jess, that was it. Jess. Postman Pat's cat was Jess.
Jess?
Yeah.
Jessica?
Yeah. Well, Jess.
Yeah.
Just Jess.
Just Jess. Okay.
Could be Jessie. Jessie J.
Jessie or Jessica.
Yeah. So it could have been
Good name.
Yeah. Right, for more on all why am I talking about this? For more on all today's biggest stories, head over to talksport.com. Now, Marcus Rashford said he would like to play football without his name been mentioned every day after Gary Neville again tried to start a conversation about the Manchester United forward on a podcast. For more on Marcus Rashford and United's transfer business, let's say a very good morning to two-time league winner at the club, Ben Foster joins us now. Ben, morning.
Morning, Ben.
Morning, lads. Morning. How are we? All you okay?
Good. Ben, it's an interesting one. Look, Marcus, I just want Marcus to find his form again. Look, he done well with England, done well with Barcelona. He's now back at United. Maybe a point to prove. Look, he has been brilliant for United. He's got to do his talking on the pitch, yeah?
Yeah, he does. It's time now. He's had, obviously, the last couple of seasons out on loan. He's done okay. He showed glimpses. I think this year is a real make or break season for him. Nobody knows him better than Michael Carrick. I think if Michael Carrick can get him going and show him what we all know he can do, then he can have an incredible season for Manchester United. But I think it's a massive make or break season for him.
Yeah. How do you look? It's a part of football now that you've got to put up with. Well, you don't have to put up with it, but don't whinge about it. What pundits say about you.
Ignore it.
Ignore it. Just believe in yourself and get on with it.
Yeah, ignore it. I think sometimes you're best off not even putting what he put out yesterday, to be honest with him, because it shows that he's watching. It shows that he's listening to every little word that's going to be said about him. And he knows that when it comes to Marcus Rashford, it comes to Manchester United, column inches will be filled no matter what happens. So just keep quiet, get your head down, concentrate on working hard in pre-season, which I think he probably has done, and try and have a belting season.
Ben, I think you know as a player, don't you, mate? When you have a game on a Saturday and you know if you're going to be getting pelters on social media or not, don't you, on your performance? You know what I mean? You look at you when you do well in a game, you're like, yeah, let's have a good scroll. But when you do bad,
Gabby, try being a goalie, mate. Try being a goalkeeper.
Oh,
yeah? Mate, everybody hates the goalkeepers, yeah, because even if I have a good game, right, my fans might like me, but the opposition fans despise me. They'll be calling me all sorts. So you've got to have a thick skin, mate. You've got to have a thick skin. Only pay attention to the people that matter, right? Exactly. Which is your coaches, yeah, your coaches, your manager, your family. They're the only people that should matter. Their opinions are the only ones.
Ben, what about United? I'm not sure. I don't know how City are going to perform. I think they'll be all right. Are they going to push Arsenal? I don't know. But you fancy United, don't you?
I do. I fancy United. I just think they've made some sensible signings, some sensible. I still think they need one or two more. I think they could do with one big boy central midfielder, and maybe left back's obviously going to be a problem for him. I think if Luke Shaw's fit and he can last the season, you'll get one more good season out of him probably. But I think they're probably a couple signings away from being right at the very top. I still think though with Arsenal, the way that they're just flexing the signings that they've made, like real, just sensible signings, really solid, sensible signings. They don't need to go and get a world beater. They don't need to upset the apple cart. They just need real, solid, sensible signings. And Konsa and Guimaraes look them sort of players.
Ben, I think you Manchester United fans are worried about centre-halves. I mean, Harry Maguire, for me, is their best centre-half. But if he picked up an injury, we know Martinez has injury problems. You know, the young lad Heaven is a decent defender, but we're talking Champions League football here, aren't we? The two right-backs, Dalot and Mazraoui, are they really going to get Manchester United where they want to be?
Yeah, if you compare and contrast it to the Arsenal backline, it's miles apart. It really, really is. You look at the strength and depth that Arsenal team have got, where you've got Mosquera there, you've got Hincapié there, you just sign in Konsa as well. The fullback positions look absolutely stacked. That is a real trouble position for Manchester United. It's not something that you can quick fix either, because to get a player that's ready to go in the Premier League, a starting centre-back for Manchester United, it's going to cost you 60 million quid. You know,
Yoro's got to live up to it, hasn't he, as well, Ben? He needs a good season this season, Yoro.
Without doubt. Even Konsa for Man United, you know. I don't know why Man United haven't been looking at Concert, whether he would have gone there in the first instance, I don't know, but somebody like that would have been an absolute guarantee for Manchester United. He gave you. I love Concert. I really do. I think he's probably England's best centre back. I really do. 7 out of 10 every single week, and I think even 50 million quid for a player who's guaranteed to give you 7 out of 10 every week. It's a no-brainer.
50 million now in today's market is average, isn't it? It's not a lot of money, is it?
No, it's not. It's not anymore, is it? The amount of money that you're paying, I just think if you can, 50 million quid for a starter, that's what I'm talking about.
Mate.
Nowadays, 50 million quid doesn't guarantee you a starting position. Even 60 million quid. So if you can get that player in for that amount of money, it's brilliant business.
Ben, I look at Manchester United's midfield as well, like you said. And if Baleba comes in, you've got Baleba, Mainu, Santos, Tielemans, Fernandes. They need that sort of like numbers, don't they, in the midfield? Because Champions League games, you pick up a little knock. You still want to be fighting in the Premier League as well. You need competition for those places.
Yeah, Baleba's going to be a good signing. I think if he can recapture his form of not the season just gone, but the season before. I think it affected him a little bit when he had the Manchester United interest last season, and it sort of boggled his head a little bit, to be perfectly honest with you. If they can get him through the door. Santos still a little bit of an unknown quantity, but I think some of the other players they've got in there, I mean, Yuri Tillmans, again, 30 million quid. Yuri Tillmans is a 7 or 8 out of 10 every single week. And he's a guaranteed starter. This is where I don't know what you're thinking at the minute, Gabby, because Villa is just it's crazy. It really is. It's absolutely crazy. If I was a Villa fan, I'd be genuinely worried right now.
Yes, agreed. I agree. Totally. Ben, enjoy the start of the season, mate. Thank you for joining us.
Lads, before I go, can I just quickly say massive congratulations to my son. It's he's 16 years old. It's GCSE's results day today. We've woken up at 8 o'clock. We've had a little look online, and he's absolutely smashed it out of the park as well. So, Louis, I'm proud of your son. I love you so much.
That's going to cost you, Ben. It's going to cost you.
Ben, brilliant. And on that very subject, here we go. Now, I knew there was a bit of brains in your family. Your dad was a professor, Gab. Tell me what your boy, who you reckon was so lazy, has slapped you right in the face. What was his results, Gabby?
So, my son, he got an A-star in law.
In law?
He got an A-star in psychology and an A in business. Or an
what? This is your son, Gabby?
One of the three.
What about that?
2 A-stars. 2 A-stars and an A in those
subjects. You used to call him a lazy git.
He is a lazy git. He's just lucky to have brains. But, you know, we're going to get the DNA test sorted.
Yeah, I want a paternity test.
With the greatest respect, Gab.
There we go.
Whose is he?
I don't know. I don't know, mate. There used to always be, you know, the postman used to be delivering post 3 times a day, Al, back in the day.
Postman Pat. We're back to Postman Pat again.
Well, apparently, he's the first person in the school's history to get an A-star in law.
Oh, happy day. Oh, applause.
Thank you, Al. Thank you, mate.
Cool.
So if you need a lawyer one day, Al, give me a call, mate.
Bit of pressure on his sister then, eh?
I know, yeah. And I know, God help her.
Oh, dear.
Oh, dear.
You have to help give it a... Oh, no, forget that, guy.
I did help my son a lot so he got those grades.
You did not. You took him to the help.
The help.
Tutor. You took him to the tutor, did you? That's how you could help.
I was helping him, Al.
Yeah, all right,
all through the early years of secondary school. Anything about law, I know.
Gabby, son, if you're listening, give us a call. I'm not having it. Ben, nice one. Enjoy the start of the season, Ben. Good luck. Well done, your son. Congrats. Well, what about that? What respect, Gabby. Respect. Fantastic.
Al, if I got my son on now to talk, you'd ask him a question and be like, yeah. How many grades did you get? 2 A-stars and A. Did you work hard? Yeah. Honestly, Al, it's been like this for 18 years, mate. You can pick him up from school. What do you at school today? Nothing.
Well, are you saying he's not? Are you saying he's not at ease with you? Are you saying?
No, I'm saying he doesn't talk.
He's not comfortable with you.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't.
Well, you know why? Because you're never there.
This guy
coming up to 9 o'clock. Well done, Gabby's boy.
And 2 weeks today, the transfer window closes. Would you anticipate much more business in terms of incomings between now and then?
Well, you can see the league, how unpredictable the league is and the amount of things that can happen on a day. So it's better not to talk too much, be prepared, be open, and hopefully we can wrap up the transfer window in a really positive way.
You were speaking before the Community Shield. You were asked about your long-term future and contract negotiations, and you said there's nothing to worry about, Arsenal fans. Do you see yourself as somebody who can do what the likes of Guardiola and Wenger and Ferguson did and stay at the club for many years and build a dynasty?
I want to do what I'm capable of doing and what is the best for the club. And I feel very, very happy and grateful to be sitting where I am with the people that I work with every single day. And my ambition is to continue this way.
Was it strange at Cardiff on Sunday that you weren't facing Pep Guardiola in the dugout, given that rivalry that's developed and obviously your relationship with him?
It was different. Obviously, I know Enzo really well, but obviously the relationship that I built with Pep when we work with each other, and then, the amount of headaches and sweats that he has provided to me over the last 6-7 years to try to catch up to the level and the standards that they set in the league has been an absolute inspiration. I think he's left a benchmark and a mark in this league that it will be history forever, and he made us, I think, all of us better.
Have you had many conversations with him since the end of the season, since you were crowned champions?
I had, and I have due to have an important as well in the next few days, and I'm looking forward to it.
Thomas Tuchel's busy trying to bring glory back to England for the first time since '66. But how did he get here? Well, from the sleepy town of Krumbach via some giants of European football, here's his journey to Wembley. Sitting around 60 miles west of Munich, Krumbach's population is less than 14,000 people. But Tuchel's friends there remember a boy whose ambitions lay far beyond the Bavarian community. His will to win was evident early. Tuchel often captained his youth football teams, and his school side lifted the national German football trophy in 1987. The sport took the young defender on a whistle-stop tour of South Germany, from Augsburg to Stuttgart and then Ulm. A knee injury ended his playing career at the age of 25, though. Tuchel accepted his first coaching role in the Stuttgart youth setup in 2000, hired by none other than Ralf Rangnick. Under Tuchel's stewardship, the club's under-19s won their league title in 2005. But Stuttgart chose not to renew his contract, feeling Tuchel had an abrasive personality. He went on to manage Augsburg's second team before spending 5 years at the helm at Mainz. He then followed in Jurgen Klopp's footsteps and moved from Mainz to Dortmund. Here, Tuchel secured his first major silverware, the German Cup, in 2017. 8 more major trophies came next for Tuchel in just 5 glorious seasons. He won 2 Ligue 1 titles and a pair of domestic cups as PSG boss. At Chelsea, he famously lifted the Champions League, as well as a Super Cup and a Club World Cup, and he also bagged a Bundesliga at Bayern Munich. And then, 4 months after leaving Bayern, Tuchel was unveiled as England's new manager.
I always wanted to come back to England. That was my big goal. I have the best memories of the country, of the league and of the players, the attitude towards the game, the attitudes from the supporters.
Well, here's hoping Tuchel can finally drag England over the line at a major tournament.
Come on, mate. All right, go. When you're ready, mate.
Well, it's only 9:05, isn't it? Relax.
People are waiting. I want to hear your voice.
Oh, come on. This is talkSPORT Breakfast with me, Alan Brazil, Gabby Agbonlahor Jr. and Arnold Clark's deal drop. That's his boy's name, by the way. Get the new car feeling without the new car price. Discover some of the biggest savings and find your next car today. We're here till 10 a.m, then it's over to White and Jordan to join the show by Coventry owner Doug King, Brighton CEO Paul Barber, and Matchroom CEO Frank Smith. Still to come here in breakfast, we're going to cross live to beautiful York ahead of another day at the Ebor. Royal correspondent Rupert Ding Dong Bell is there, and will bring us more on Harry and Meghan's UK return. Plus a quick fire law quiz for Gab. Oh yeah.
Oh no.
To prove he really is the father of Gabby Jr., who's broken all records by all accounts. Now it's time to talk about this man.
Then gives it to Harry Kane, who turns right-footed and produces a terrific finish. A lovely turn on the edge of the bar. No one has scored more goals for Spurs than him. It's a wonderful Harry Kane goal.
He can do everything. Doesn't just score goals. He leads the line, links the play up, wins his headers.
There is the Wembley record. He scored more goals for his country at Wembley than anybody else in England history.
He leads this team. He's got arrogance with the ball at his feet. He's smashing records. And if we're going to be successful, he's going to have to be instrumental in that.
Runs up, hits it right footed. Harry Kane, history maker and record breaker.
So when Harry Kane first signed for Bayern, many thought one day he'd return to the Premier League to have a crack at Alan Shearer's record. 3 years on, he's won titles, broken records, settled into life brilliantly in Munich, and after winning the European Golden Shoe this season, is on the verge of signing a new contract. Leading football journalist and talkSPORT Sunday edition host Henry Winter sat down with the England captain recently in a tell-all interview where Kane said the itch to come back to the Premier League just isn't there anymore. Can you believe that? Sad. Let's bring in Henry now to give us more. Henry, good morning.
Good morning, Henry.
Morning, guys. How are we doing?
Oh, we're good, Henry. We're good. I love that behind you, Henry. Big Ben. That's brilliant, that clock. Henry, I'm a little bit disappointed Harry saying that. That tells you how comfortable and happy he must be down in Bavaria.
Well, and how well he is playing. I mean, you know what it's like as a city. It's a great place to bring your family up. And you look at the way he's playing, whether he's as a 10 or as a 9, he's absolutely delivering. He's particularly enjoying Vincent Kompany, allowing him to express himself. I mean, I asked him whether he really did enjoy, as he said in the presentation of the Golden Shoe, that he enjoyed a sliding tackle as much as scoring a goal. I mean, you guys live for goals, and I put that to Harry Kane. He said, well, yeah, the goals are the most important thing. But look, why would he necessarily come back to England? I mean, everything's going well for him there. He's got a winter break that allows him to be pretty fresh for summer tournaments. He's already got one eye on the Euros in 2028. He's 33 now. So I just think that it just suits him, and the intensity of the Premier League, the emphasis on pace. That might not, at this stage of his career at 33, look, he'd play well wherever he goes because he's an exceptional player. But I think he's very sensible to stay in Munich.
Henry, you're right. You mentioned the word fresh there. And watching your interview earlier, or parts of it, he looks really comfortable and looks very fresh. He looks well.
He does, but he's always had this hunger. I mean, you know, he didn't have the sort of the smoothest of starts. We look at one or two England players who've sort of risen up through the academies and everything's sort of fallen their way. Harry's a fighter. I mean, you know, he's always sort of so eloquent and he just sort of talks well and he's such a fantastic role model. But underpinning it is a ferocious work ethic and just a desire to improve. He kept on talking about when he watches clips back of matches, he doesn't look at his goals. He looks at things that he could do more for the team. So, look, he's a fantastic captain for England. Bayern Munich absolutely love him. I was slightly surprised to see links with Saudi. I can't imagine him going there. Coming back here, he would still be 40, my maths is terrible, but 47 goals short of Alan Shearer's 260 Premier League mark. So I just can't see it. I'd love to see him back here because he's a great role model and a great footballer and he's a great representative of this great country. But yeah, he looks settled in Munich.
I think for me, Henry, as well, I mean, you look at how Bayern Munich played. They played to his style. There's a reason why he's breaking records there, the goals that he scores. I mean, they've always done it, haven't they? Look at Lewandowski, how many goals he scored, similar style to Harry Kane. But why would he move from Bayern Munich when, I think I saw a month ago, he's the bookies' favourite for the Ballon d'Or? If he wins the Ballon d'Or playing for Bayern Munich, they've got a chance again at winning the Champions League. It's a no-brainer, isn't it?
It was interesting. He was talking about the challenge, particularly of the Champions League and the European Cup, as we remember, sort of going back to the 70s, and 80s. Bayern Munich just had this huge hunger for the European trophy, partly because they dominate so much in their own country that they look abroad. And you just sort of want to see him do well in that competition. He spoke about what sort of excited him. And I'm sure you too, when you played against centre-halves, there were some centre-halves you really enjoyed playing against. Some of them, were the best in the business, and they brought the best out of you. And he spoke about Marquinhos and Pacho at PSG, two exceptional centre-backs, and how he had those games against them in the semi-finals of the Champions League last year, and how they almost brought the best out of him. So I just love that element to Harry Kane, that he's always wanting to improve, and he looks at opponents and says, how can I get the better out of them? How can I improve myself?
Yeah, absolutely. Now, someone who's got a lot to prove. He's been brilliant off the ball, back in Spurs, England, and of course at Barcelona. He's back at Old Trafford, where part of the crowd turned against him. One or two people not happy about him, pundits, etc. Marcus Rashford now is back at Old Trafford. He's a local boy, Wythenshawe lad, in the outskirts of Manchester. I really hope he hits the ground running, Henry. I'd love to see him, because he's still got it. He's still got that pace. He's got that flair. He can score goals, and he's still young enough. I hope he's getting annoyed with people like Gary Neville, pundits. He's got to forget all that now, Henry, what people think about him. Just concentrate. I've still got it. I'll show you. And do his talking on the pitch, Henry.
No, I get that, but he rarely sort of comes out and says much, and I actually thought it was quite refreshing to see his exchange with Carragher and Neville Carragher in particular. And the point he was making, from what I could see just reading it, is that he just wants to play. He wants minutes. He wants to get on the pitch. We saw in the World Cup in the summer, there's still a good player there. He's 28. I think this is a key time for him. I mean, you guys know that. Players play longer nowadays, but this is a really important 3-4 years in terms of his long-term legacy. And the essence of Rashford is that he plays best, like I guess a lot of players do, when they feel most love, whether that's from the supporters or from the manager. He's got a manager in Carrick who knows him, played with him, and will support him.
Even when he was at Villa, though, Henry, we was at our exciting time when we had Rashford on the pitch. I mean, that performance against PSG at Villa Park, when he's at it like that, he's unplayable.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great point. Was it in the second half? He absolutely tore them apart, and he was terrific. And you want to see that. I think he's actually got a thing about PSG, because I can remember him having one of his best games against Tuchel's PSG for Manchester United. So maybe if the manager says, "Listen, you're playing against PSG every week," I just want to see him playing, because you want to see top English talent out there performing. It's important for the country. We saw that during the World Cup. I mean, look, Gordon overtook him by the end as a starter, but he's still got so much to offer. Whether it's cutting in off the left, and there's been a debate. I was at Arsenal last night, and they're still talking about who's going to fill in on the left. Will it be Solis? They didn't get Lanvini Jr. There's still a demand for players of Marcus Rashford's character. But look, the headlines are for him to write, are for him to just seize an opportunity when it comes in training, on the pitch, in his life, because there's a fabulous talent there. And we should also remember a broader element, that he did help feed the country's kids at breakfast. There's a lot to admire about Marcus Rashford.
Agreed. Just a quickie on Gabby's Villa, Henry. Do you fear for them this year? Because at the moment, it's all negative for me. I don't understand what's going on at Villa Park.
Well, I mean, Gabby, I imagine the next time you're up there, they'll be saying, have you bought your boots? I mean, to see so many players, good talent, leave, and sort of leaders and good role models, must be so frustrating from a Villa perspective. But I don't worry about Aston Villa for one very good reason, and that's Unai Emery.
Manager, yeah.
I mean, you talk to Villa fans and they go, in Unai we trust.
Yeah.
But the board absolutely have to back him and make sure that the replacements are of sufficient quality. Look, you brought in some good players, but there's a bit of inexperience. Who's going to start? Goalkeeper will be tested in goal, although we saw in the World Cup he's good. So, look, with that support, with the whole team, and particularly with the manager, and with people like Gabby banging the drum, Villa won't struggle this season.
I think as well, Henry, a lot of fans are saying that, like, you see Aston Villa, for instance, their net spend so far is plus £119 million. Say if we don't spend all of that, then surely by this time next summer, if we can get through this season, then you can be a bit more relaxed with these PSR rules.
Yeah, I mean, it's SCR with UEFA in particular. Premier League is a little bit more. There's a little bit more leeway for Villa there. But it's almost like teams nowadays are being picked by club accountants rather than by club head coaches and managers. Yes. But Unai is not a head coach at your place. He is a manager. He dictates so much, a little bit like Arteta at Arsenal and as Pep was at Manchester City. So, look, I wouldn't worry about Aston Villa this season with Unai there, as long as he stays happy and can see this developing.
Henry, nice one. Always a pleasure.
Yes,
thank you, Henry.
Pleasure. Good to see you guys.
Leading football journalist and talkSPORT Sunday edition host Henry Winter. Right, still to come, Alex Crook, Tony Bellew, Rupert Ding Dong smashing glasses Bell, and the world's hardest law quiz for Gabby and Gabby Jr.
I put it on silent and plane mode the whole time I was on holiday.
Good lad. I did
time.
message you and you pied me.
Well,
I was like, it's fine.
Well, I didn't get it.
Fine.
I didn't get the message.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm back now, right?
Yeah.
And I got a little surprise for you.
Oh, you got me a present.
I've got you a little prize.
What you got me?
I've got you.
What you got me? Ah! He's got me a Jason Cundy Tottenham shirt.
There you go, mate. You wanted one.
Is this official your shirt?
That's the official, right?
This is a match-worn shirt.
It's a match, well, probably match on the bench.
That's amazing.
I've got a little Sharpie here, mate, and I'm going to sign it in the break.
I want you to sign it. We have to come up with something. What are we going to put on it?
Dear numbnuts.
And that's amazing. Thank you, mate.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
It's in my mum and dad's house.
That's so good.
There you
That's
go.
fully fledged. This is proper Premier League.
Yeah.
There you go,
mate.
Thank you, mate.
That's all
going
right,
to go
see?
up on the wall. I
Is it?
didn't get you anything.
That's all right.
So, sorry. I didn't think we were exchanging presents.
But no, it's fine. You asked. You did say to me, if I find one, can I have it? And there you go, mate.
You found it. Well done.
Found it, matey.
That's so good.
There you go.
Fits as well. Fits.
Excellent.
I love the old shirts because they're all massive.
Yeah.
So I can get that on.
Do you want me to sign it? You're going to stick it on your wall? You're going to.
Yeah. Of course I want you.
When Spurs play, you might wear it, Jay.
No. What's number 26?
No, I got bumped out, didn't I? Jurgen Klinsmann took me 18.
Yeah, and that's Ledley King's number as well, isn't it? Literally, Cundy's the worst player to wear number 26 for Spurs.
This is literally Premier League football drama at its absolute best.
Oh
my Gabrielle!
I can't watch this. He's definitely saw it next.
Messi!
No!
Guys, come on! Get in it!
What was that?
You see this crap every single game in the Premier League.
Oh, this is
no goal.
No.
That was embarrassing.
Okay, this is talkSPORT Breakfast with Alan Brazil and Gabby Agbonlahor. Right, just 12 days remaining in the summer transfer window, so let's have a bit of this.
Rookies Roundup, right here every day. Rookies Roundup, which players are on their way? If an agent's got a story.
Hello, Alex Crook. What you got for me?
Rookie gets it first.
Yeehaw, cowboy! There's a snake in my boot.
Incredible.
Yes, say a very big morning to Alex Crook. Alex Crookie, morning.
Good morning, boys. I've got a question for Gabby before we crack on.
Yeah.
Will the last one out of Villa Park please turn off the lights?
That's not nice, Crookie. After we looked after you, you know, your friends, Mr. Jones.
Oh, yeah.
Looked after him.
Oh, did he?
Crookie, yeah, got him up to the hospitality. You know, we had loads of free drinks and food, and now he wants to mock Aston Villa. Interesting, Alex.
I mean, it's got to be worrying for you, though, Gab, isn't it? As a Villa fan, Ezri Konsa, we expect him to have a medical today. You've lost Rodgers, you've lost Tielemans, you've lost Luca Digne. There's still interest in Ollie Watkins from Al Hilal. What is going on at Villa Park?
Crookie, did you know that? Sorry to interrupt, but did you know that Gabby's told us this morning that Konsa was travelling up and back from London, hadn't moved up to the Midlands, which surprises me in this day and age.
Yeah, I didn't realise that. That is interesting. Yeah, you'd have thought most modern managers want their players to have roots in the local area, don't they?
Crookie, what baffles me is, you know, Aston Villa have received £251 million on players and they've spent 132 so far. Surely there must be some big incoming signings for Aston Villa, or can they not spend it all? Do they have to, you know, be on minus?
Well, you'd have thought PSR-wise now, with the money they've recouped, they should be in a fairly healthy position. The two names we're hearing as possible Ezri Konsa replacements are Tosin Adarabioyo at Chelsea and Fikayo Tomori, ex-Chelsea, now at Milan. But do either of those capture your imagination?
Do you know what, Crookie? I just look at Konsa as like, he was our best defender in the World Cup. When I watched him over the last 7 years at Aston Villa, he's barely had a bad game. I just think you go and get Tomori or Tosin, you're just taking your level down. Do you know what I mean, Crookie? When you got Champions League games and you got like trying to get into the top 4, top 5 again, I think it's going to be very difficult for Villa. Also, Wan-Bissaka, is that nearly done, Crookie?
Yeah, I think that one's progressing. But again, I don't think he's covered himself in glory since West Ham were relegated. Didn't turn up for the pre-season photo shoot. It's been suggested to me that he effectively downed tools once he knew they weren't going to stay up, you know, after that final day of the season. So, question on attitude possibly when it comes to Wan-Bissaka.
Oh, players do that now. It's unbelievable. Crookie, what about the latest we just heard? Curtis Jones to Inter Milan. Is that happening or happened?
Yeah, I expect that one to happen. It's not a done deal yet, but there's a verbal agreement, I believe, in place. So assuming nothing goes wrong in terms of a medical and, you know, the paperwork comes through okay, then, Curtis Jones will get the move. I think he's probably wanted since January when Inter first showed interest in him. It's a £30 million package for Liverpool. Again, there was that incident in pre-season, wasn't there, when he had a bit of a on-pitch spat with Dominic Szoboszlai. It was pretty clear that he wanted to move on. And good luck to him. You know, another English player going to ply his trade abroad. Obviously,
I think that works.
Liverpool midfield.
I think that suits him. That's the Italian football Serie A. I think that will suit him.
Yeah, and it might help him get back in the England squad, potentially, if he plays week in, week out, into which he wasn't going to get at Liverpool. But it's another player leaving Anfield as well. And again, we're here, less than 2 weeks now until the window closes. Liverpool fans are a little bit concerned about their lack of squad depth, that they're still trying to get Bradley Barkley. I think that could happen between now and September the 1st. I think they need that big signing to get the fans excited.
Crookie, what about your team, Manchester United? Because with Baleba coming in, midfield is sorted, attack, maybe one more striker, but defensively, surely it's worrying times for Manchester
United. Centre-back, full-back.
I think left-back is the next priority because obviously Luke Shaw has had a record of injuries. He's not going to play every minute next season, particularly when you factor in the Champions League. Baleba is a player they've tracked for a long time now. Didn't have a great season at Brighton. I think had his head turned by Manchester United's interest. So I think they need Baleba to get back to the form he showed the previous campaign, and that could be a really good addition in midfield. One of the left-backs on their list is the boy Rahm, the German international at RB Leipzig. He's got a £34 million release clause in his contract. They thought he would probably go to Bayern Munich this summer, but that move doesn't seem to have materialised. So, yeah, definitely a left-back is a priority. I've not heard. I mean, they were linked with Gerald Quansah, as everybody seems to be, but that was played down by my source at United. When everybody's fit, they've got a decent number of centre-backs. I think Maguire, De Ligt, Yoro, Heaven,
When last
Martinez.
did Ligt been fit, though?
Well, that's the problem. He's back on the grass, but that back injury he's had seems to have taken an age to recover from. So, yeah, I mean, I understand the argument for a centre-back, but I'm not sure it's going to happen this window.
Now, Crookie on to Tottenham. Double sweep, Savinho and Marmoush from City. I quite like that, to be honest.
Yeah, I do as well. I mean, I'm not sure they're, quite at the top level, but you look at Tottenham, 17th the last 2 seasons, obviously trying to be part of the European conversation this season. I think definitely both players would improve their squad. If I was a City fan, though, I'd be a little bit concerned about the Marmoush one in particular, because they don't really have another backup option, do they, to Erling Haaland? I get it from his perspective. He's not going to be first name on the team sheet all the time. Haaland is fit and firing. He wants to go out and play, but does that leave them a little bit short of firepower?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. And they're both players with a bit of flair, so that'll suit the Tottenham fans. And finally, we mentioned Belieber to Manchester.
I was going to say one that you'd be interested in. Liam Delap.
Yeah,
he turned down Como, didn't he, Crookie? He wants to stay in the Premier League, but who is going to want him?
Well, both him and Nicholas Jackson are training away from the first team squad at Chelsea, so that tells you they're definitely not required this season. I think if Ollie Watkins was to go to Saudi Arabia, then Nicholas Jackson probably would be the player Villa target to replace him. He worked with Unai Emery in Spain before. The issue with Delap is they want 40 million. Chelsea. He only got 1 goal in 28 Premier League games last season, so I think a lot of clubs will be reluctant to pay that.
Yeah.
I think this could be one that might drag on even until the final day of the window, and then Chelsea might have to lower their asking price, maybe even entertain a loan deal.
He works hard. Don't get me wrong, he puts himself about, works hard, but he's not got that
clinical.
Clinical, and that bit of magic. And as for Jackson, listen, again, he runs around like mad. He's got great pace.
Yeah.
But he's not a finisher for me.
No.
I don't know what his goal record before was, but for me, he's not clinical. He's not a good finisher.
But I think as well, Alan Crookie, I remember saying this last season that Delap should have went to a club like Everton first. Sometimes this can prove, can't it? Taking that big leap. He wasn't ready for Chelsea, was he?
No, he wasn't. I mean, it's hard to turn down, isn't it? Living in London, playing for one of the top clubs in the Premier League, obviously a huge financial incentive. But he did speak to Everton. I know he spoke to Newcastle as well and was really impressed with Eddie Howe. I think both of those moves probably would have been better for his career.
Talking of Everton, he won't be happy with what you just said there, Gab. Tony Bellew coming up.
Sorry. Dump it.
Crookie, well done, Crookie. Have a great weekend.
See you tomorrow, Crookie.
Enjoy Friday night and the rest of the season. Yeah, that was not a big club like Everton. Like Everton, not a big club.
I don't know trouble with Tony.
Everton's a big club, by the way. Tony. A big club.
He's been training recently, Tony. I apologise for that.
No, we should do, because Tony Bellew's going to come up in just a tick. 9:29.
Crookie, what about, I know Chelsea had a deadline for Fernandes, but it looks like Rodri's obviously on his way to Spain, Barcelona. I think he's going over there today. Would they go back in? It seems common sense, and particularly after watching that yesterday, would they go back to Chelsea, do you think, City?
I think it's almost nailed on that they're going to chance their arm there. Rodri deal was agreed overnight, £65 million, which is always the magic number. As far as Manchester City are concerned, he's agreed a 4-year deal. They're going to sell Tijani Reinders as well. Those transfer fees combined will be enough to match Chelsea's £120 million asking price for Enzo Fernandez. Now, obviously, sources telling us on Friday that the 5 o'clock deadline had passed. No written bids have been received. Therefore, Enzo Fernandez would stay a Chelsea player. I'm not convinced that was as hard a deadline as maybe it's being made out.
What about Jamie Vardy, Crookie? We're reading reports that he's had an offer from Brazil.
Well, that doesn't surprise me because Jamie Vardy still looks in top physical condition. Obviously did pretty well in his stint over in Italy. I think he'd prefer a return to English football, if I'm honest, but I wouldn't totally rule out a move to Brazil. Who knows, that might be the next chapter of the documentary that I've just started watching about his incredible career. But he's certainly got no shortage of interest. Sheffield Wednesday, his boyhood club, have chanced their arm, but I think financially that's quite a difficult deal for the Owls to do.
Cricket balls are red, baseballs are white, American footballs are brown, and tennis balls are yellow. We don't even think about it really, but the story behind the tennis ball is actually quite interesting and even involves Sir David Attenborough. I know, here's the tale. Tennis has its roots in 12th century France when people used to make balls from all sorts. Cork, wool, chalk, animal fur and even human hair. Uniformity was found centuries later when people started making balls out of something called vulcanized rubber, invented in the US. But the balls kept on breaking, so a British lawyer, who also loved tennis, suggested they put a flannel covering on the outside, and thus the tennis ball as we know it was born. One problem, it was either white or black. And when the controller of BBC Two, Sir David Attenborough, decided Wimbledon would be shown in colour on the BBC in 1967, no one could actually see the balls on telly. So the International Tennis Federation went away and created a new colour called Optic Yellow, which would show up without the need for a 4K LED display. Not that anyone had that in the 1960s, of course. Since then, all tennis balls have been covered in that material and have their trademark colour for that exact reason. Amateur tennis players and dogs worldwide are forever grateful. You could say the ITF aced it.
The 150th anniversary test match in Melbourne with Visit Victoria and the Barmy Army.
25 minutes to 10, talkSPORT Breakfast with me, Alan Brazil, Gabby Agbonlahor and Arnold Clark. Now, it's the perfect time to upgrade your car. Get 2 years free servicing when you buy a used car in the upgrade event. Check it out online. Right, competition time, Gab. Here we go. And it's amazing this is, because it was just last week someone said to me, do you fancy Melbourne?
Okay.
He's going on a cruise. And it stops off at Melbourne. New Zealand, all around there, stops off in Melbourne. Why? Because fancy winning an all-expensive paid trip for two to Melbourne next March, because thanks to Visit Victoria and the Barmy Army, you could be at the MCG watching England play Australia at the 150th anniversary test match.
Sounds
That's
amazing.
why. It's going to be a bit special, you know. He says, look, we get off there, the girls can sail round to Sydney and we'll fly in.
Lovely.
Sydney after the test. I'm like,
fancy it, Al?
3 weeks in a cruise.
Go see your brother?
3 weeks in a cruise? I'm not sure.
I was going to ask you about a cruise because I've been talking about it with some of my friends and I don't think I could be stuck on a cruise. So someone annoys you, Al.
I know.
I've got to see him every day.
Yeah, I know.
Imagine.
Well, thanks to Visit Victoria and the Barmy Army, you could be at the MCG watching this. It'll be fabulous. Australia against England, the 150th anniversary test match. Taking 5 match day tickets, 7 nights hotel accommodation, and an exclusive pre-match function with cricket legends and a day trip to the Great Ocean Road. Ooh. With return flights and spending money included. Right? If you fancy a bit of this, head to talksportwin.com. That's talksportwin.com right now and enter, and for full T's and C's as well. Why not?
Sounds exciting.
Overseas listeners, make sure you tune in to day 2 of the first test today. England against Pakistan. That's on the Cricket YouTube channel. England resuming on 112 for 2, having bowled out Pakistan for just 171. What about that? talkSPORT's lively, opinionated new cricket podcast, How's That for a Pod, is the show you need. And in this week's episode, Faraz from Traitors gives his opinion on Joe Root lifting the midnight curfew.
Absolutely power, mate. Let the lads run loose. If you're going to put a curfew on grown men, that's just going to make them want to break it. You know what I mean? Like, just let them be sensible, and they'll handle their own business. Like, I think bringing that curfew in the first place was just silly. Like, it was so stupid. How can you tell a 30-year-old man, oh, you have to be home by midnight? There's no Cinderella. Do you know what I mean? So I feel as if him getting rid of that rule, it just puts that accountability into the lads' hands, and then they're like, oh, I don't want to upset the lads now. Do you know what I mean? Like, I want to actually do this and do it properly. So I feel as if 100% power getting rid of that.
There you go. Like, they're grown men, aren't they? You got to behave. You know, at the end of the day, Joe is just going to say, guys, I'm lifting this curfew. You know, you've learned your lesson. I know it's not all of you, but you've learned your lesson. Come on, we behave. Well, I'm trusting you. You're letting me down if you.
Well, it is normal to have a curfew. I mean, like, how many times did you go away? Maybe not you, Al, but my era, pre-season trips and stuff. The caffee's always saying no going out, or this is a time you got to be back, or you can have a couple, but come back for this time. That's normal.
Well,
you are grown men, but it's still like
when they say you can have a couple, right? And as long as you get back in time, you know what it's like. A couple leads to 4 or 5, 6. Say, oh, we'll give it one last one. We'll be 10 minutes late.
If we all stay out, we can't all get in trouble.
Exactly. But so anyway, look, I think Joe's right, but we'll see if it plays out. Okay. That's how's that for a pod? You can find it on the talkSPORT Cricket YouTube channel, wherever you get your podcasts from. Gab, when you were, tell the truth here, when you were at the height of your profession, and you were, whether it be pre-season or away trips and stuff like that, were you one of the ringleaders? Say, come on, let's go out.
Do you know what? Pre-season, sometimes we wanted to, like, maybe go out for a few. You know, you're stuck in Austria for 10 days.
Yeah.
And you're like, but we didn't have the choice, Al. We were that far. Paul Lambert put us that far away from anything else, 2-hour drive. So we didn't do anything. And before a game, never. It was always professional day before a game. Even whatever hotel you stayed in, it was have your pre-match and to bed, yeah.
Yeah, I must admit, I was easily led. When I was...
surprise me?
I know. Climbing up drain pipes and all sorts to get back into the digs.
I remember, though, a player, right? He wasn't part of the first team set up under Martin, and he'd been there for years. I remember being my first few years, and we stayed in a hotel in Birmingham City Centre, and we're playing cards. We used to always have a card school, playing cards, and then about 8 o'clock he'd be like, see you later. He would climb out the window of his room and go party in Birmingham City Centre, and he'd have a change of clothes and literally come back through the window of his room. He had one on the ground floor.
You get caught, someone gets...
Now you get caught, but then it was still okay. It was like pre-sort of social media. It was just coming out. And like that was every game we stayed in the...
What, the night before?
The night before, yeah. Because he wasn't going to be involved.
No, I wouldn't do that.
I was new to the first team, Al, thinking like, what's going on here? What's going on here? He's really going at it. The night before. Incredible.
Yeah, if only I could get out that window.
Yeah, stuck. 5 stuck in the window.
Now, so the news from Gab is Gab Jr., his boy, he got fantastic results. A+ and all sorts in law and psychology. You know, he's a genius.
Business
obviously.
as well.
Yeah, there you go. What about your daughter? Maybe your daughter's got to take up maybe a piano. Could she play like this?
100% come.
Alicia? No? God, I only prompt him. Honestly.
Ed hasn't got anything.
Oh. Well, we're going to talk New York, aren't we?
Come on, Ed. Get with it, Ed. Come on.
I was moving my hands about like that, Ed, you dope.
She's talented, isn't she? Alicia Keys.
Brilliant. Absolutely
incredible.
Brilliant.
I love this song as well.
So, New York, right? A lot of the music we play here I don't like, but I do like Alicia Keys, definitely. So, boxing, that's what we're talking about. Are ongoing, but negotiations have reached, they tell me, a critical week, and the fight is closer than ever between AJ and Fury. Personally, I'd like to see it in the UK, which probably millions of people would. We had Tyson Fury's promoter and founder of the Queensway Promotions, Frank Warren. Frank was on the show yesterday, who pretty much confirmed the fight will now be in New York City at the Gardens. To give us more, let's bring in the former Cruiserweight World Champion, Tony Bellew. Tony, morning.
Morning, Tony.
How are you, lads?
Good, Tony. Yep, he's in the gym with Everton gear on. Brilliant. Tony, we're getting ready for this season. Tony, we'll come to Everton, but let me just talk about this fight. It looks like New York. That's a shame for me.
First and foremost, it's great to see you back, champ.
Thank you, pal. Thank you.
You have been more than missed, let me tell you.
Yeah. Good man.
As for the fight, you know what, lads? It is what it is. Listen, I made my feelings known on the broadcast on the Zone when Eddie thought I was going to belt him. I just, it mystifies me. What are you putting the biggest fight in UK boxing's history in America for? Because if we're all brutally honest here, no one cares about American boxing anymore.
No.
American boxing's been dead for decades.
Yeah.
I mean, they had the WBC heavyweight champion of the world, and he could walk down his own street and was unrecognised at times.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's just ridiculous putting it over there, in my opinion. But if the paymaster says that's where it's got to go, then that's where it's going to go.
Eddie's always been like that, hasn't he, Tony? Eddie, you know, it's a business, it's a business, a business. But it's just on this one-off, you know, this should have happened 10 years ago, maybe before. I think for the public, this is one where, Phil Wembley, for God's sake, you know, I think that's a proper decision.
Well, Al, you know what? It's sad because you can't blame the fighters. Tyson Fury wants it in the UK. Anthony Joshua wants it in the UK. But they've both got a premium. I mean, Anthony Joshua signed a contract that stipulates it's got to happen in the UK. So it's quite clear both fighters want it there. But, you know, like I said before, I'm not the one paying. So I have zero say, and no one cares what I think. But it's very, very sad. You know, this is the biggest fight in UK boxing history, and it's going to happen in New York. We're not a single person who resides or who's from New York cares. How mad's that? I mean, it's like putting the Super Bowl at Wembley.
Yeah.
Is it like you said, though, because, you know, Netflix, are they the ones paying for it, Tony? They're going to want it in America, and the fighters are going to want a certain amount of money for this fight, and without Netflix paying for it, they wouldn't get that fee.
Do you know what, Gab? His Excellency Turkey al-Sheikh, he's the one who's put this up. He's the one who's put the money up. So, okay, Netflix dipped the toe in this sport now and again. But by Netflix dipping the toe in boxing, what they're going to do is they're going to ruin boxing, because they're going to make it so unsustainable that all these promoters, see the way they're working together now, and Turkey al-Sheikh's brought all the promoters together, he's worked them all together. What Netflix is doing is they're dipping the toe in boxing every now and again, and that makes it unsustainable, and it can't continue. And they don't care about boxing. They've never cared. They don't care about the longevity, the history of the sport, whatever. They're just dipping it's a flex. They're saying, look, if we want to come along and do this, we can. I mean, if we all be brutally honest, guys, if Netflix wants to come along, they can take Premier League football if they want.
Yeah.
It's just, do they see enough money in it for them? I don't know. The problem isn't Premier League football, but it's just a flex. And as boxing fans, we're the ones who have to suffer, because the UK boxing public and the UK, as a national government, have built this fight up, guys. We've made this fight what it is. You know, it's us who really care about it, and you're going to take it away from us. You're going to stick it at an unreasonable hour in the USA where nobody cares. And it's just pathetic. What for a gang of celebrities to turn up and be ringside, a gang of movie stars, a gang of singers, people who haven't got the slightest idea of boxing, and that's what you're going to do it for. It's strange to me, but listen, it is what it is. I'm happy both of the lads are getting paid enormous amounts of money, because ultimately, the guys, they're the ones who deserve it.
Yeah, and you say it's not their fault, and you're right. Tony, what about just moving on to football? Everton, Davy Moyes. Look, it's going to be we're all excited, aren't we? And you got the opening game home to Palace, and then you got another after that. You've got Bournemouth away, and then Manchester United at home. What are Evertonians now? The stadium's fantastic, it'll be full. What are they feeling? What's in store for them this year? What's the hope?
Do you know what? I think the gaffer's shown what he can do at a club like West Ham. You know, he's shown what he's about. He's shown that he can make things work on a minimal budget. They've spent a couple of quid. And as long as the manager's being backed, then I believe he can get Everton into Europe. I believe Everton could get, you know, a top eight finish this season. 9th, 8th, somewhere there or thereabouts. One thing I will say, it'll be an improvement, but you've got to back a manager like David Moyes. You can't be half in, half out. He's got to be fully backed, given everything that he needs. And then, you know, I'm a big believer, guys, in that managers should die on the swords. They live and die by the transfers. But if a manager's not making them decisions, which I can't find in football, I think there's only 2 managers in the league now who've got full control of clubs. I think one's Unai Emery at Villa, and I think the other one's Mikel Arteta. I think everybody else is dancing to a tune.
Yeah.
And I don't like that, if I'm being totally honest, guys. I really don't.
No,
because
I'm with you.
How can a manager be blamed Al when he fails?
Yeah, I'm with you, Tony. Tony, we're out of time. Moses to win, Tony, just very briefly, because I'm getting...
Oh, don't worry. Tell them to tell me when they see you. You know what? He's exceptional. He's really exceptional. But listen, make no mistake, if this fight goes past 6 or 7 rounds, this is the first acid test he's had in his career. And he needs it, guys. He really needs it, because boxing, it's great when you're just flattening guys and knocking them over. But listen, every now and again, they stand up, as we've seen with Daniel Dubois and the likes of Joe Joyce. If you keep knocking people over all the time, when it gets to the real acid moment point, that's when you get found out. And Daniel's coming great now, and he's found great, but he had to go through them turbulent times to find where he is now. Is this going to be the moment where Moses has his acid test? I hope it is, because the kid's got absolutely everything, and I think he'll come through it.
Brilliant, Tony.
Man, Tony.
Lads,
thank you very much,
Just
Sean.
one more thing, boys. Don't forget, up the toppies. That's what it's all about. Have a good one, lads.
Nice one, Tony. Tony Bellew from the gym there with the Everton gear on, of course. Right, coming up, we'll hopefully find out once and for all whether intelligence skipped a generation from Gabby's father straight to Gabby's son.
Danny, when you look at it, United in that fairly congested midfield area, say Baliba comes through the door, Tielemans is there, Santos, Mainu, Bruno Fernandes. Well, it's going to be a mighty old force in midfield, is it not?
It looks a very strong group of players, all giving little different parts of what you want. A far cry, really, from what we've seen over the last couple of years. United struggling in midfield areas. And I think we're talking about one of the biggest clubs in the world. They'll be looking to try and compete for the Premier League and the Champions League in the next couple of years. Of course they will. That's the aim of a club like Manchester United. So you need at least 5, when you think about it, in the middle of the park, who are going to be pushing each other, especially if they play a 3. You know, Bruno's probably the one standout, you say, in all the big games he's going to play. Yeah. He's got great durability anyway, and he's the match, the game changer, the match winner, the creative force, the goals. I would imagine, for me, out of the others, Santos, Baliba, both young lads, both got more to come. Tielemans is more rounded, more ready to take that on. I think Tielemans has
Where does it leave Mainu? A lot of people asking me to ask you that. Well, and what's your ideal starting 3?
I think that would depend a lot on where they're at when they come in and how they adapt to the pressure and expectation of being at Man United, because that's never easy. I think initially he might go Tielemans, Bruno and Mainu, because Mainu knows what the manager wants already. I think Baliba will become one of the main men.
What the hell is going on? This is literally Premier League football drama at its absolute best. Oh my Gabriel!
I can't watch this. You definitely saw it, man.
Listen! No! Guys! Come on! Get in it!
What was that?
You see this crap every single game in the Premier League.
Oh, this is
no goal.
No.
That was embarrassing.
9:52. Right, here we go. This is talkSPORT Breakfast with me, Brazil, and Gabby. Now, Gabby, we thought we'd put you to the test to finish the show with which for me, you let us into a great secret, which is wonderful. I'm really delighted with Gabby Jr. He won't be happy with you, but I really am.
All down to me.
So this is a law-based quiz. After you claimed you taught your son, Gabby Jr., all he knows.
No problem.
Right, here we go. Where's the quiz?
Easy, let's go.
So, just tell us again what your son has achieved.
So we got an A-star in law, A-star in business, and an A in psychology.
Fantastic.
That's incredible.
Really? You sure?
I'm proud,
you
mate.
sure he's not winding you up?
Oh, he definitely did, mate.
Okay.
I've seen the proof.
Okay. Right, here we go. Gabby Law quiz. Catching rule breakers. If someone breaks the law, Gab, and steals a bicycle, who takes them to court, right?
Don't crack me up.
Yeah. Is it the local baker? Is it the police and public prosecutor, the CPS, or is it a local bank worker?
I'm going to go BL.
B is correct.
Yeah, thank
right?
you, mate. Tough question.
Who makes the rules? In the UK, where do new official laws come from? Is it A, Parliament? Is it B, bus drivers? Is it C, TV show actors? Oh, for God's sake.
What's going on here?
What a waste of 3 minutes.
Let's go to Rupert L.
Making a promise. If you offer to give your friend a toy for a £5 and they say, deal.
Yeah.
What have you made? A new tax law for the whole country? A scooter? Oh, I'm not doing this. That's ridiculous.
Embarrassing.
Right.
Me. Move on.
Oh,
I thought it'd be a proper quiz.
I did.
Okay, let's go to Rupert.
Okay, it's all eyes on York today. It's day 2 of the brilliant Ebor Festival, and on the front page of the Sun, Harry and Meg coming home. No better man to bring it in the stage than racing guru and our royal correspondent.
Rupert.
It's Rupert. Smash a glass, ding dong bell. Oh, Rupert, how the devil are we?
Rupert!
Very morning, Gabby. Very well. I thought basically I would be coming on to have a moan about the fact we seem to be selling all our players, and I could be concentrating on Aston Villa and have a little moan with Gabby about what's going on behind the scenes. But instead, I wake up to Harry and Meghan's stories about their coming back. Feels to me cynical, but obviously they're saying they're going to educate their children here. We don't know where they're going to live, but obviously it's a surprise move but Harry's in a American dream, I think, has gone sour, and he hasn't got much to do. And I think
careful, Rupert. You're our royal correspondent here. The palace won't be happy with some of your what you're saying here, Rupert. Be careful.
Well, no. I think the palace are probably not happy he's coming back, actually, Alan. So certainly members, maybe his older brother's not particularly happy that he's coming back because they're not speaking.
No. Don't put words in a future king's mouth, please, Rupert.
Well, we better go on to Villa then. Yeah, you're dead, right, Rupert? Listen, this manager might be some manager, but he's going to have his work cut out this season, the way things are going at the Villa.
I think there are some very good signings. I believe when we won the Europa League, I think that team had been together for some time, and it almost felt like, where does that team go for? It's getting slightly old, so he needed to freshen it up. But I didn't expect it to be quite this dramatic. And losing Konza for 50-odd million, is that a good deal? Probably about right. But it just, on top of losing Rodgers, what's going on with Ollie Watkins? Yes, we've got this Hulk of a 17-year-old, but we can't put our faith in Maggio for everything. However exciting a prospect he is, and he's an absolute beast. Haaland, eat your heart out, because, I mean, he is Haaland Mark II, potentially. But everything else, it's going to be a work in progress. So when we go down to Brighton on Saturday, I'm just not sure what's going to happen.
Rupert, I think, though, you know what I mean? We've had some really good times, haven't we, recently? Maybe this season, it's like, can you squeeze into the top 7 and, you know, you sort the finances out, and maybe we'll be in a better position next summer and not have to sell anyone.
Well, no, I think we're still going to win the league, and we're going to win the Champions League. We're going to do the 4-pit. We're going to have the quadruple. Like all football fans, we'll start the season with a degree of optimism. Hope Emery can work his magic. And look, they played really well in that Super Cup final, and we didn't have Konza. And we didn't have. We had McGinn, but we didn't have Watkins, and we could have won that game if Maggio just had put an extra chance away, because they were really good. So there is grounds for optimism, but it just feels that the league and the financial rules are just bonkers. And I just think the Premier League need to get a grip of this and just try and make it a level playing field. Chelsea, sorry, you're spending fortunes, yet you seem to have more debt than the entire country. Anyway, moaning. I'm here to race.
Yes,
and,
it is. Is she the banker of the?
Oh God, it's good to have you back, Alan. And I don't know what's in your new liver, but it's certainly fired you up now. So whatever it is, it's good. But Cal Palmer, she was brilliant in winning the King George. Andrew Balding obviously won the big race yesterday. He's having a sensational season. I should tell you, we've had quite a lot of rain up here. The ground now is good to soft, and everybody's been doing a rain dance across the country, and race courses are no difference. But suddenly good to soft in the going description.
Already,
but Cal Palmer, I think she should be the one. Minnie Hawk's trying to win the race again, and Joseph O'Brien has had an amazing season as well, and he's got an interesting runner in Johanna Walsh. So it won't be easy for Cal Palmer to back up that brilliant victory at Ascot, but she on paper should be good enough to win what should be a fascinating race live later on talkSPORT.
Yeah, brilliant. Rupert, thank you. Have a great day too at beautiful York, the Ebor meeting. Gabby, one last question. Being certain in court, before a judge or a jury sends a criminal to prison, Gab, how sure do they have to be that the person actually did it? 5% A? B, not sure at all, just guessing, or C, very sure, beyond any reasonable doubt?
100%. You have to be
That
sure.
is the worst quiz I have ever been involved in.
That sums them up, Al, that does. Miles off it.
Unbelievable. Right, coming up next, Jim and Simon, they're going to be joined by Coventry owner Doug King, Brighton CEO Paul Barber is a good guy, by the way, and Matchroom CEO Frank Smith. And me and Party Parlour back tomorrow from 6 o'clock. Hope you've enjoyed it. Have a great day. Enjoy the races. Enjoy the football tonight. And I'll speak to you tomorrow, 6:04.